Cool, that made... Oh shit, right, I gotta meet my El Gato.
Oh, right.
Whoops, I did not do that right away.
Oops.
Hello, you
Bonjour.
Technical
spooky
difficulties.
peeps. Hello, all you spooky fooks out there. Woo! I am the Master. Woo! It's Halloween, and I did something terrifying. Manually randomizing NHL 24. Woo!
It's
We
true.
have Connor McDavid on the Canucks, and OEL's returned too. And Jack Eichel's back with the Sabres. Woo! Okay, I'm done with this shit.
It's the Untitled
Mine-
Spookos Project.
My name is Aiden, and I'm dressed up like something scary. A Sharks defenseman.
I am dressed up as a man from the IRS.
You Canadian.
I know. That makes it extra scary.
The real scary thing, a Canadian.
No, you find like a Canadian that's in
Yeah,
both, like-
not as scary though as being dressed up as a Chicago Bulls player.
Ooh.
Oh, who's the
Ooh.
terrifying man who made that burn?
Our sausage, you know what's scarier?
I'm
Dressing
dead.
up like Ryan Suter.
Oh, I know something even scarier. Aaron Rodgers comes back from his injury in purple.
That would be terrifying.
Wait, no! I posted the wrong link. I posted the fucking Google Street View of that dog. Oh shit! I meant to post the fucking YouTube link. What the fuck? God.
Oh no.
Dude, like genuinely, the minute you said like Aaron Rodgers, the Wi-Fi said fuck this, I'm out.
The scary was Aaron Rodgers in Viking purple.
Instead, Spencer
Oh.
doxed me again.
Damn.
Come on.
Ooh.
What do we do? Anyways, welcome everybody to the entitled Spookos cast, where we're gonna do something horrifying. We're going to agree to pick the same team. No, probably, hopefully not. We try not.
No, wait!
to.
We can use our powers for good. We can jinx the teams we don't like.
We could, but like, I feel like, life would catch up, and we get found out about that.
Well,
And-
fuck it, bro. We ball. We ball.
Nah. I mean, if you guys want to curse them in your upset, I mean, I'm sorry. I already lost my upset. I had Indiana's mine. No, they lost, so I cannot.
Boo!
I already cursed Seattle back then, so I'm sorry. I'm not gonna curse anyone anymore.
Yeah, not gonna. I feel like we have a genuine power that is part terrifying. I think for the sanity of, all football fans, I believe we should be using our powers genuinely when we accidentally pick the same thing for, the chaotic side of things. And
We're good. Like, fuck the Packers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do a little bit of chaotic good.
Yeah, a little bit. But it depends if I feel like the chaos should.
So I guess we're Deadpool. Chaotic good.
He's
Yeah.
more chaotic neutral.
I feel like
Fair enough.
chaotic
Actually,
asshole.
That's what we should be. Chaotic neutral.
Bro.
Yeah.
Uh,
And EDP was chaotic evil.
Yeah. I think evil undermines how evil he truly is. But yeah,
Fucking eat that cupcake 445.
You're just for a cupcake, good lord.
Hold on a second. Are we live already?
Yeah, we're live. We gave introductions and everything. Oh wait, Nick and I didn't give introductions.
I'm dead. I'm
right.
dead. You can take your guess as to who I am, but yes, I am dead.
And I am a bad boy. I do Adam Sandler movie, blah.
Oh God, it's Jill from Jack and Jill.
People will still spend money so I can make movies, blah.
and I'm a mummy. So I'm gonna use my Egyptian ass curses on teams. Yeah.
I mean, I felt like we used I feel like our superpowers when people realize what they are, or when the universe realizes what they are, they won't not work anymore. I don't think we'll have the power we had last week where Buffalo, USC, Miami, and Detroit got shafted.
Oh yeah, and San Francisco too, because guess who Aiden and I picked?
It has to be if all 5 of us pick the same thing. All 5 of us.
It doesn't have to be because
Well, the problem is the counter thing is 2 people picked the Chiefs and they won.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it has to be all or none.
Yeah.
I guess Kirktober is just undefeated.
Mm-hmm. And Kirktober's pretty powerful. Pretty powerful.
And also, I can't believe this is a thing, but Colin Coward is now joining Gronk in Team Trade Kirk.
Colin's always been like his name. Colin's right. I believe in him. Do you want to have your heart ripped out in the wild card round, or do you want to get 2 firsts and build a big future?
Give me Kirk because guys like Justin Jefferson have insisted on playing with Kirk.
I don't know. I like Kirk Cousins. I don't know. I think it's just probably like the luckiest. Like guys are like lucky fucking ducks.
But yeah, fucking Gronk thinks Kirk should move.
Gronk think. Anyways, we got some pickups to get into, and then we got the welcome mat. Woo!
Of horror.
Alright, Spencer, what are the 2 games?
2 games. Shit. Let me take a look at the map. No, should I? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, never mind. I was about to say, are we really gonna all have this game? No. So, Jacksonville, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati, San Francisco.
Alright.
Alright. So, do I put my pick'ems first?
You just give me a second.
Oh, my bad.
Dog San Fran versus Cincy. Alright, I got a message. When I get to him, let's see. Jacksonville versus Pittsburgh. San Fran versus Cincy. Okay, there. Done. Alright, I will take Jacksonville. Is Deebo Samuel playing?
You mean Brock Purdy?
No, Debo Samuel.
Debo's not playing, but Purdy's playing.
I'm gonna take Cincinnati. All right, Aiden, who are you taking? Who are you taking between Jacksonville and Pittsburgh?
I'm gonna go. I'm just saying this so I can put on my Pittsburgh accent. Steelers gonna win versus Jacksonville.
All right, Nick. Jacksonville versus Pitt. San Francisco versus Cincinnati. Aiden, I already know the answer for San Francisco versus Cincy.
Yeah, Jacksonville, Pittsburgh. Steelers will probably somehow find a way to bullshit their way to victory, but fuck it, I'll go Jacksonville because I don't want to pick the Steelers. I don't want to rely on Matt Canada. Bengals, 49ers, I don't know. I can't really trust Cincy on the road, so I'll go to 49ers, even if Purdy isn't, even if Purdy's status feels a bit sus, even though he is available to play, but I'll go San Fran.
I'm going, Jacksonville Pittsburgh has always been a hard series. And, if the Steelers really feel like imitating, yes, exactly. If they really feel like imitating the 2017 Steelers, then, that comes with losing to Jacksonville at home. Give me Jacksonville. And for the other game, between the Bengals and the Niners, some people have been saying the Niners have been a bit on the skid as of recently, but personally, I think this is their get-right game because Cincinnati plays a significantly less aggressive defense than the Vikings or the Browns. So give me San Francisco.
All right.
And I probably just pissed off Aiden by saying San Francisco.
And gamers, you're up.
At least you didn't say Frisco.
Francisco. There it is. Bam! There. No, wait. No! Wait, I can do better. West Oakland. Yeah! There it is! Oh, that one got him.
That was a good one. Hell yeah.
All right, upset. I said Indiana. They lost. So I
Womp womp.
Close? No cigar. So close. Anyways, I'll pass on to oh yeah, we're getting Bears and Chargers in Sunday Night Football. Fucking hell.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Tyson Bagel and Justin Herbert.
Alright, so who are your upsets?
I think Aiden goes first because alphabet.
I'm gonna use my jinxing powers for. Actually, you know what? Since the last time I picked Seattle, I intentionally cursed them.
Don't do it.
This time I'm going to curse. I'm going to curse Cleveland by picking them.
Let me see what's the one. I think Cleveland's 3. I think it's at 3. Yeah, we're good. Cleveland's good.
Yeah, so I'm using my jinxing powers for good this time.
The Rams have struggled. Wait, the Cowboys have struggled against NFC West teams, and I'm gonna keep that streak rolling. Give me the Rams upsetting the Cowboys.
Okie date.
I'm gonna be completely honest. This week is trash when it comes to upset possibilities. This is not exactly a great week for upsets, but
It's better than what it was last week.
Well, considering how one of those games ended up going. And you know what? I'm just gonna pick them because if I'm gonna ride with this man, I might as well die with this man. I'll take Secret Badgent, man. Give me the Bears. Why fucking not? They're facing Brandon Staley. There's always a chance when you're facing Brandon Staley.
That is true.
My 2 wild cards are let's have a little look see. Give me the Vikings, and I will take the Saints.
Oh, the Saints. Oh.
I'll take those 2.
Alright. I'll go the opposite of Spencer. I'll take one of my wild cards. I'll take the Cowboys over the Rams. And my other one, you know, the odds spread is under 10 points, and I'm gonna say it. Yeah, especially after how I saw this team do last week, I feel like this week it's time for a redemption week. I'll pick the Lions over the Raiders.
Yeah, it's a get right game when you're playing the Raiders. Unless, of course, you're...
Well, unless you're the Broncos.
That team will never get right.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick 2 get right games in here: Miami and Detroit.
Ooh, no, I'm kidding.
Not all of us are picking Detroit.
No, I didn't pick Detroit.
I know.
Alright, so historically, I have been very bad at pick'ems. So, I'm gonna see if, this one is kind of a test of how badly my pick'ems can go. Vikings-Packers, I'm gonna go with my dad's prediction, and I'm gonna say the Packers win.
Ooh.
And, you know, if the Vikings win, then we'll know that, you know, the the sausage curse is real. And you know what? Jets Giants. I'll take the Giants, you know.
Alright.
You know, I was tempted to make a joke like, I'll take the home team. But
also, congratulations to Aiden and Spencer for doing what I wish to do. Perfect in my college football pick'ems.
Hey, guess what, Aiden?
Whoa.
You know, Aiden and I have felt very attached at the hip when it comes to our football stuff. You know, it just kind of feels like almost as if we're like the same person or something. Not like that, but like. Oh yeah, the conjoined twins from states away.
All right.
All right.
I think Aiden, you have the welcome mat. You have the floor.
Alrighty. NHL fans, do you know what you can dress up for Halloween to be scary? You can dress up as the NHL's exclusive deal with Fanatics for their jersey suppliers. Seriously though, why the hell did the NHL pick Fanatics? Like, I'm gonna be honest here. Why the hell is the NHL trusting a fanwear company to produce game-worn jerseys? Seriously. Why?
Well, you have to realize, you know, like, it's like they're .com money, so like, of course they're gonna go with you know, like the internet mogul who made millions doing this kind of stuff, and you know that's their idea of being like, how do you do, fellow kids? I also know how to use the internet. Plus, like, you know, the Fanatics guy, he's on Shark Tank. You know, boomers watch television. Certainly, this will help the ratings of the NHL. I'm Gary Bettman.
All right, so I'll be inclined to agree with you. However, there's one thing that I did over the past few weeks. As y'all know, I'm trying to pick up hockey, like rec league hockey. No fighting, no checking, just rec league, beer league hockey. So I thought, might as well buy some jerseys, bought some practice jerseys, and given that it's Halloween, I decided to dress up like a hockey player because I have all the pads and stuff. So I did something that I wish I had done years ago. I bought an Adidas jersey, an Adidas San Jose Sharks jersey. Yes, willingly being a Sharks fan is scary. I know.
No, I mean
Now here's
like
the thing.
getting Adidas stuff that isn't that new corn drop, bro. They're finally doing it. Corn is finally collaborating with Adidas.
Yeah. Anyways. So here's the thing. Back then, when I last year, I got a Sharks Fanatics jersey for relatively cheaper, quote unquote, for a Halloween costume. Now this time, this Halloween costume is a bit more authentic. Got all the pads, got all the gear, and you know what would actually complete it? An actual authentic jersey. Now here's the thing. I'm gonna start off by saying I've heard that people don't really wear NHL jerseys to beer league games because they're gonna get tripped and shit. But you know what? Who cares? I might just use it for casual skating. Who knows? But anyways, enough about me. Let's dig into the jerseys. So one thing I noticed when I got the Adidas jersey when I first got it, straight out of the package, that was a material. Now, if you feel the Fanatics jersey, it feels, I don't know how to say it. It feels kind of fake. Feels like something that you'd buy from, like, I mean, it's fanware.
Joe's pretty
It's
good.
not,
Joe's pretty good sports merch.
yeah, like, I mean, it's fanware. It's something that you'd buy, that you'd wear to, like, a game, something that you'd spill your nachos on. However, if you wore that to a freaking hockey game, and you got into a fire, you got checking the boards, I am gonna guarantee you that material's not gonna last. Now for the Adidas jersey, when I touched it, I'm like, oh my god, is this the same material that they use for the practice jerseys? I mean, now I get what you guys are thinking. Practice jerseys, isn't it supposed to be better? And here's the thing: for the context of its use, it is. The practice jerseys are meant to be worn during a game. And the Adidas jerseys are made of the same material, so ergo, this is activewear. This is actually stuff that you'd wear when you're playing hockey. Like, if you wear the Fanatics jersey while playing hockey, I'm sure that stuff's gonna get ruined after a while. But when you wear the Adidas jersey, it'll actually hold up no matter the level of play. Next thing I noticed, the patches, the decoration. Now, I'm sure you all know about the Fanatics jokes about how they always mess up the patches, they mess up the lettering, they mess up a lot of stuff. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I got lucky for the Fanatics one that I got because they got patches right, but compare that to the Adidas patches. Let's start out with the NHL patch, the most obvious difference. The Fanatics patch is just like a cloth NHL patch. It's just meh, just there. However, if you look at the Adidas patch, it's like, ooh, shiny. You can tell that this is actually the stuff NHL players wear. And then, go to the other details. I look at the Fanatics patches, and they're like, oh my god, that's something that you'd see on like, on a scouts, like, that's something, they look like something you'd give to scouts, or they look like something you'd buy in Disneyland. It's like, might as well just buy all that stuff and put them in a practice jersey. When you look at the Adidas patches, it's like, oh my god, double stitched, actual quality material. This is it, bro. And I got a blank jersey, but I'm 100% sure if I got a jersey with like a name on it, or if I got a custom jersey, I'm 100% sure the Adidas numbers would have been of a higher quality. Then next, I'm gonna talk about the details. When you look at the stitching at the back, you can tell that the Adidas jerseys, the stitching is a bit more well made. They actually use something that would actually hold up in an actual freaking hockey game. And also now if you notice, if you're a Sharks fan or if you see a Sharks jersey, they have that weird wave pattern. The Sharks wave pattern is kind of like a subtle one. Easy to miss if you look at it from far away, but when you look up close, compare the Fanatics one to the Adidas one. The Adidas one looks a bit more pleasing. Looks like a nice cool Easter egg instead of something that looks like, oh, it's there. Then I go on to the logo itself. Yeah, I'm sure you know the logo. Best logo in the NHL. Best colors in the NHL. But here's the thing. When I look at the logo of the Adidas jersey, I'm like, holy shit, are those like bumps? Are those like the details? Just feeling it, I'm like, oh my god, they actually made the logo freaking 3D. Now, it's not that 3D, but they actually made details that are erased. That are like, you could actually notice them. It's like, oh my god, this is a pro style jersey. This is what you see guys wear on the NHL game. This is what you see guys like Couture, Hurdle, Eklund wear on night in, night out.
But not Kakkonen because he blows.
Yeah, well, he's been better this year. But anyways, another thing I noticed. Now, here's a bit of a detail that only diehard hockey fans will know. But when you buy the Adidas jersey, it is meant to be worn in games. Because if you look at the back at the bottom, you'll see like a strap. That's called a fight strap. Now in the NHL, every NHL player's jersey has a fight strap that has to be attached to the hockey pants in order to prevent the jerseys from being pulled over their heads when they fight. Now I know rec league hockey doesn't have any fighting, but the fact that there's a fight strap allows the jersey to be more secure when I'm like on the ice. Like say for example, I eat shit and fall down, and my jersey starts riding up. It's not gonna ride up as much as it would if it were a Fanatics jersey or practice jersey because of that fight strap. Neat little detail that actually makes sense, and it's a huge service when you're a hockey player. Now, those are the materials, those are the stitching, those are the details. Now I'm gonna go into the fit. Now here's the most important part. If I'm gonna wear this stuff when I'm skating or playing hockey, it better fit well, right? Spoiler alert: the Adidas jersey does fit well with pads. Now, I had to get a bigger size than my Fanatics one because I had to keep the pads in mind. And I gotta tell you this: you can tell that the Adidas jersey was really built to contour to the pads. So it's like more, so you can tell that the pads fit in there. It takes a bit of effort to get them in, but in my opinion, I love the snug fit of the sleeves on the elbow pads and shoulder pads. Like when I wear like a practice jersey or probably the Fanatics jersey, it's kind of loose and it may feel comfortable at first, but when you're like trying to jostle for position, trying to prevent yourself from getting like pulled by opponents, you don't want something too loose or too baggy. That's where the snugger sleeves of the Adidas cut really help. And also, if you notice, the Adidas jersey has like parts that are like a bit of a lighter mesh that allows it to move much better. So, it really is a jersey that's meant to be worn by players. And that got me thinking, why the hell would the NHL abandon that? I know money, I know Shark Tank, I know, they want to appeal to the kids, so on and so forth, but really, NHL, are you gonna abandon that? But if you are, my god, y'all are scary.
Uh,
Anyways,
yeah, I was gonna say something even scarier. The local weather. Arr!
Oh, Nick, do you wanna? I want to do something like lightning fast here. Do you want to tell me what your X Factor abilities are?
Me?
No, Nick.
Oh.
Like, all right.
Like-
So, what do you want from my what? I forgot how this goes again with the
Okay,
X factors.
So one of them is like your best ability, and then you're complemented by 5 others. Like for example, my big gold ability is the Heat Seeker. And then you have 5 other ones.
Okay. Yeah, I see the stream. I see what the options are. Let's see.
It's because I'm doing the Blackhawks next. I'll just ask for X Factors, make you a 99, and then I'll get looks later.
Alright, I'm looking at some of these. Let's see what we got. Heat Seeker, Ice Pack, in reverse, Rush, Contest, Be Magnetic. You know what? I'll take Magnetic.
Alright.
Why not Magnetic?
Alright, and then you got 5 other ones.
Alright.
Your superstar.
Superstar. I drive my car, and then I go everywhere because it go far. Oh.
No, I'll take Crease Chaser.
Alright.
Alright. Relentless. I'll take the I think I'll take the Relentless one. Yep. Alright. Tape. Snap. Step. Force. Turbulence. Clips. I'll take Yoink, why not?
I like the name of Yoink. It's a funny
Yeah, why not take it? Let's get Yoink on here.
Yoink.
That yoinky sploinky.
Yoink.
It's shut down.
Give 2. One more.
Alright, one more. Take Puck on a string. What's interesting?
Alright, Coolios. And then do you want to be a center? Priority center, and then just lastly, number, position.
Okay, number, wait, which one to position? Wait, so, prefer jersey number, I'll choose, screw it, I'll choose, 25, why not? That's the number that comes to mind.
Alright, what position do you want?
Let's see, I'll take center.
And you want to back up?
Backup?
Like a secondary position.
Yeah, I think backup position. I'll take right winger.
All right, and then what play type? Grinder, playmaker, sniper, two-way or power. Or
I'll take playmaker.
All right, coolio. I can get the rest of it. All right, we can carry on with the weather.
All right, so we actually had kind of a warm week here, but it was also very rainy. But it's since cooled down here. It's currently in like the 40s and 30s now. You know, appropriate fall weather, and for Halloween we might actually get snow. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I've heard about there's like a weird Arctic jet stream. It's affecting this area. It's like being a little bit colder than it normally is overnight. Here, it's affecting this area too.
Are you also gonna get snow during Halloween?
It's not that cold, but colder. It felt like we've gotten like a really gnarly wind chill where overnight totals are like at 0 degrees. But then like the afternoons are like 10, 11, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, Halloween are let me see what the high is planning to be for Halloween. because oh yeah, Tuesday. Oh, it's full on snow now. Yeah, it's full on snow. High of 38 degrees.
Thank God I don't have kids.
So yeah, expect to see, if you're in Michigan, expect to see a lot of Spider-Mans and snow pants and jackets.
God, I'm not a kid. God, I'm not a kid.
What about you over in Vegas, Nick?
Apparently from what I'm seeing, like it's seeing what I'm seeing, it's supposed to be in like the high 60s these next couple of days, especially around Halloween. Like it's gonna be in the high 60s. Low will be in like the 40s. So more the same for these next couple of weeks or so. It's gonna be in either the 70s or predictably it will probably fall into like the high 60s. So for the most part, pretty normal Vegas weather for this time of the year. All I know is that yeah, apparently this Halloween is definitely colder than usual for most of the country, from what I've noticed.
And finally, Aiden, what's the weather like over in West Oakland?
Well, so here's the thing. When I woke up this morning, it frosted. That should give you an idea of how cold it's starting to get.
What the
And
shit?
right now it's jacket weather. Yeah, frosting happens in California. Y'all probably surprised, right? Yeah, it happens in California.
Damn.
We just don't snow. It just gets frosty in the morning and at night, which is a pain in the ass if you have a car and you're in a rush. But you know what? I love that we're getting cold weather again. I love the cold,
Is your
as you can tell.
Oh, hang on a second.
Hey, is your refrigerating running? Because you better go catch it.
I was just about to say, is there a reason your NHL is very tiny?
Yeah. It's because it was full screen, then I switched back to not full screen.
Bruh.
Because I have like I could do like the weird setup that I had. This is how this is normally how let's see, display capture. I want this one. Ooh, I'll fix it. This is normally what I
Recursion. It's like one of those haunted mirrors.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just spins. It's this. This is this.
Alright.
This is what I'm looking at. So.
Did you?
Yeah, I can show this. I can show this. I'll just have to move Discord onto the. Yeah.
All right.
Just move that there.
I was just gonna ask. Did you already say your weather report for?
Oh, it's been, yeah, I literally just said it's been cold, but then like cold overnight, but then really like warm in the afternoon. So glad the hot bullshit weather is over. I hated it so much.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure we have some games to recap.
We do indeed.
So we should probably start with the obvious one. Spencer, feel free to celebrate right now. Go ahead. Celebrate.
Yeah. Also, my mom said I was very loud that night. So, like...
I mean,
Hey, you deserved it, man. Your team won. Yep, dude, you guys upset like a Super Bowl contender. You guys should be proud of yourselves. So you deserve it, man.
Yeah.
It was one of those weeknights. I mean, hey, I mean, fan-wise, I mean...
Yeah, so Aiden and I can probably recap that game, like good cop, bad cop. Aiden, you go first.
So I'm gonna talk about the Niners. Now I know a lot of people are acting like chicken littles over like 2 straight losses. But let me just give a more positive outlook on this. Y'all need to understand that the Vikings are good. They got good defense. Give credit to Brian Flores for turning that thing around. Like, if that was the Vikings defense last year, we would have probably beat you guys even if we weren't at 100%. But oh my God, Brian Flores, you did great. And also,
Yeah, Danielle Hunter is looking looked like the sack leader of the NFL again, and he's well on pace to chase guys that are like the purple people eaters like Carl Eller and Alan Page, and I think he's just below Everson Griffin actually. So that's neat.
yeah. So here's the thing. Also, you gotta give credit to the Vikings offensive line. When you're faced against Nick Bosa and Javon Hargrave and newly acquired Randy Gregory, normally you'd shit your pants, but give credit to guys like Christian Darrisaw. They held strong as Kirko and his fat dumpy like treated Addison like he was Randy Moss. And I gotta say something.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, you go.
And I gotta say something about the Niners. I know there's areas of concern. I know that injuries have been biting us in the ass. But here's the thing. Now that we lost the game, the Vikings won it. And a lot of people are flaming Steve Wilkes for that call to blitz and give up that touchdown in the end of the first half. But you know what? Gotta give Kyle Shanahan credit for calling him out and saying, "Oh, we shouldn't have done that." You gotta give Wilkes credit for taking responsibility and realizing, "Hey, we shouldn't have done that." There's no blaming. There's no blaming. No finger pointing.
And honestly, give credit to Charvarius Ward for making what looked like an fighting interception, like he had against Jordan Addison on that first drive of the game. Just that Jordan Addison had to get his get back, and that's what it looked like.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. One thing I've noticed about the Niners in these past 2 losses is they're a team that takes responsibility. They don't blame people. They don't say, "Oh, you should have done this, you should have done that." Well, they do say that, but they do it in a more, responsible manner. They're like, "Oh, this is what we should have done, but don't worry, we're gonna fix that."
They're not Jerry Judying over here.
Exactly. No Jerry Judy's over here. No throwing people under the bus. No Rudy Gobert punching his teammates and stuff. They took the loss and they were like, "You know what? Let's flush it and move forward." And it's something most of our fan base could learn.
Ninja, I don't with you.
Now here's the thing. Fans could learn from the players in terms of mental strength and professionalism. That's all I'm gonna say about the fan base, because you know how I feel about them. But you know what? Back to the Niners. Now people are saying, "Oh, this is why we need Debo and stuff." Well, I'm gonna say this right now. He's not that Debo's replaceable. He's certainly important, and losing him certainly had an effect on how our offense ran. But in terms of production, I mean, you gotta give credit to guys like CMC for toughing it out, Ayuk for having some key catches in the first half, Kittle for doing decent, and yes, Purdy had a really bad end to the game, but guess what? The main reason why we were still in it, even at the end, was Purdy. Now I may sound like a Purdy fan, but you know what? He did fine. The 2 interceptions were pretty bad, but he took responsibility, said he was going to be better. And as it turns out, he might not be to blame for them because he was concussed.
Yeah.
This, of course, is a big other issue that I'm going to talk about later. But anyways, the defense. Now I know people are like roasting Wilkes for either being too blitz happy or doing too much zone. And I'll be honest, one criticism I do agree with is Wilkes needs to understand that we're an inside-outside team. We're not an outside-inside team. We don't we're not a coverage sack team. Travis Ward isn't bad, but you can't treat him like he's Jalen Ramsey or Sauce Gardner. Thing is, Travis Ward works best when the front line is actively pressuring the forward, actively pressuring the quarterback, and I'm sure Wilkes is going to learn that. Here's the thing: one thing I've liked Wilkes for the past few weeks is that he's able to adjust. And I'm 100% sure he's going to learn from that and realize, hey, we got a good D-line, we got to use it. We got two of the best linebackers in the game in Warner and Greenlaw. And, I have faith that he can adapt his approach to how our team is built. And people are saying, oh, Wilkes should get out the booth and go on the sidelines. But you know what? I don't care where he is. He could call plays from freaking Mars, and I won't care as long as he gets his wins. We won 5 games with Wilkes in the booth, and now after 2 losses, we want him back. We want him out of the booth. Anyways,
well, it's also hard for the defense to function. Sorry.
Anyways.
Yeah. I mean, my whole thing with the Niners is I am a little bit concerned that too much of the offense requires Deebo Samuel to be on the field. That's what I've really noticed, because especially teams like the Cleveland Browns and the Minnesota Vikings, Deebo wasn't in those. When Deebo wasn't in there, it looked like, oh boy, it looked really rough. It didn't look good. There's right to be concerned. There's a difference between concerning and flat out molding now. But I do think there's some concern to be said when, without Deebo Samuel, the offense has gone completely flaccid. And it's just the plan, something's just not working. Now, don't get me wrong. I think guys like Ayuk is really good, and CMC is really good, and you have Kittle, but it really feels like a lot of this offense really desperately needs Deebo on the field rather than off of it.
And this is actually where I trust Kyle Shanahan. Kyle knows that without Deebo, he's gonna have to adjust. So I expect him to make a few adjustments in time for Cincy, especially since now he knows he'll be without Deebo for at least this week. But thankfully we have a bye after that, so we don't have to worry about this. But I trust Kyle to adjust.
Alright, so I suppose I should talk a bit more in depth about the Vikings, and let me start with this. I think we can finally put to bed the fucking Kirk Cousins on Monday night meme, because he just had one of his best performances of all time on a Monday night. So I think meme dead on that front.
Aww. I like that one though.
I'm afraid we have to find a new angle and actually be funny.
But I don't like that. I like my easy low-hanging fruit.
Well, you know what? I hear Five Nights at Freddy's is in theaters now, and you can always just spam shitty Freddy Fazbear memes. Anyway, but yeah, I guess no JJ, no problem for this offense. Even getting guys like Brandon Powell and Christian Jackson some action this past Monday. So I can't believe I'm saying this, but O'Connell's offense is very plug and play, and we're getting a little bit of that with Brian Flores' defense, where we're blitzing the most in the league, but it's actually working. A lot more blitzing happening, and obviously it has an effect when you immediately have like 8 guys in your face, and that's a big problem if you're the other quarterback, and obviously a good night from the O-line. Dalton Reisner has been a really good acquisition for the Vikings. There were some doubters saying, "Oh, what was the reason Kwesi went and got an O-lineman?" You know, like, like our unit was working swimmingly before. But now, I think we have a very solid unit there between Christian Darasaw, Dalton Reisner, Garrett Bradbury, and Ingram, which was a surprise, and of course, the eternally underrated right tackle, Brian O'Neill. But even when the pressure breaks down, it really seems like Kirk Cousins is able to, have the awareness to, stay on his feet and avoid the sack. Yeah, that's the crazy thing. You had guys like Bosa, Armstead, and Kinlaw, and all these other huge hitters for the 49ers, and they couldn't generate a sack. That's crazy. Like not a single one. How? And also, big credit to Cam Akers, who kept the run game viable and made it that much more believable when the Vikings would go play action for guys like Addison and Powell and other guys like that. And speaking of Addison, the Vikings continue to absolutely shit out wide receivers like nothing, and I think that's neat. Guys like Randy Moss or Percy Harvin, Sidney Rice, Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson, and now Jordan Addison, and even guys that aren't Vikings draft picks like Chris Carter or Mike Wallace having a bit of a renaissance with us, and now Brandon Powell. I think with that kind of a dominant win in your pocket, and also a very easy schedule coming up for the Vikings, I think we could make a run and sneak into the playoffs. But that's just me. Let's take it over to some of our people in the podcast who are not fans of the Vikings and 49ers, either Nick Mann or Luke.
I don't have a problem with the Vikings at the moment. I mean, I do think especially kind of the biggest low-hanging fruit this year is Lamau. You should have, Gronk think players should be traded. There is, the armchair GM aesthetic thing that I think would be quite hilarious. Could you imagine if the Vikings won the Super Bowl this year,
Yeah.
So imagine if you had that.
People would shit themselves and say, "Oh my God, the Vikings ruined their draft pick by winning the Super Bowl. Now we're gonna have to pick 32nd." Yeah.
No, if the Vikings win the Super Bowl, people will say that the NFL playoff format is Mickey.
Oh,
That's what will happen, man.
I never want to hear Mickey Mouse in relation to sports again, so long as I fucking live, dude.
I hate those kinds of people. They eat a Mickey Mouse when shut the fuck up. Shut your fucking mouth up, you fucking piece of shit.
Especially with the whole talk about baseball, the playoff format as of late, which has been hilarious to watch the salt come and flow.
From the barbs.
I have one thing to say about all of that.
Don't be sad. This is just how it works out sometimes.
And this.
It's really, in the end, basically a skill issue.
That's what it is.
What about you, Nick, man? What do you have to say about Vikings 49ers?
I mean, it was definitely a really entertaining game. The Vikings are a team that I do feel are better than their record says. It's just that, recently they have been starting to do better at closing out games, and getting the victories that they much so need. And the thing is, it's like, yeah, Minnesota, I do feel as a team that with the way things are looking, yeah, they can get on a run. Obviously, considering who they're playing this week, the Packers, it's definitely, and seeing how the Packers have been as of late, that would be a great team to see if Minnesota can keep that momentum going, because it definitely feels like, hey, if they win that game, that momentum train is getting even stronger than it already was.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Very
Yeah,
true.
and as for the Niners, yeah, gonna be interesting to see what happens against Cincinnati. I mean, definitely wondering how Brock's gonna look, considering yeah, there's gotta be some superhuman ability right there to just get rid of a concussion that fucking quickly. Like, I'll admit I'm impressed, but I'm also like something does feel
Yeah.
a bit off here. But hey,
Oh,
if he's fine,
hang,
if he's not having concussion symptoms anymore, then good for him.
hang on.
I'm
It's
gonna
a
say this
little.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. I'm gonna admit I was kind of taken aback by how fast they cleared Purdy. I sure hope that he's actually okay, because you know what? I'm thinking from me. I'd rather we be 5-3 and play Darnold and keep Purdy healthy for the long run than put him out there when he's not 100%, watch him like get mauled and potentially fuck up our season. Like personally, that's what I would rather do. I'd rather give Purdy some rest. We have a freaking bye week. I'd rather lose. Here's the thing: in the end, in the NFL, we would rather lose games in the regular season than lose them in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'm willing to go down 5-3 if it meant Purdy being healthy. But you know what? If Purdy really is healthy after a quick turnaround, I'm gonna be 100% convinced that he's not human. He's
Hey,
either
I
a
think-
Saiyan. He's
I
either a
think it's so-
Saiyan.
Hmm?
He's either a Saiyan or a Kryptonian or a mutant or whatever the hell you can imagine he is.
Or
And
he's Tom Brady's cousin.
I think it's all a grand conspiracy against the Darnold to keep the GEQ BUS down. You know, make America San Francisco again. Yeah, it's all a big hoax by Big Goodell or some shit. Shout out r/the Darnold.
Dear
But-
Lord.
That's all a parody
Darnold
of.
Burr.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
it's a parody of fucking Donald Trump's cult, except it's all about Sam Darnold. It's been a thing since he's been in college.
I mean, you know, some of those pages on Twitter are just they are insane.
Yeah, that a few terms that have been coined by that subreddit: critical gaze theory, the lib rule media,
The what media?
lib rule, like Matt Rule, except lib rule me.
What the fuck?
What? Basically, I can't believe they're starting Sleepy Teddy. It's the classic lib rule media.
What?
The internet is fucking wild, bro.
I'm well aware of that. I
Love looking
am.
at it and finding love just finding this fucking image if you'll let me fucking post it.
What the?
What the fuck?
I mean, I'm aware that there's some pretty wacky things out there.
Whatever quarterback of the United States will return.
Why do you sound like Kyle's brother from South Park?
Oh, I can't have that. It gives me gaze.
So bro
I'm
sounds.
big.
Ain't big.
Oh, I can't do that. It's way too. I can't watch too many. Can't watch the
screen for too long into share. He says it hurts my eyes so bad.
It hurts my eyes so bad. Ugh. Anyway, weren't there other games?
Yeah,
Such as one involving a literal bagel. Oh shit.
Actually, you know what? I'll let. Given there's more to talk about in my game, I'll let Luke do his first. I'll let Luke go first.
All right. So
hang on a second.
In this week of God damn it, can we not splinter and slip on many banana peels versus Arizona State and Stanford? Washington, what are you doing?
No, not that one.
Oh.
The Seahawks one.
Oh yeah, we won.
Which I have something to say about that. Bo.
Okay. By the way, fun fact from the Filipino language, Tagalog. In Tagalog, Bobo actually means dumb, which means that Jake Bobo's jersey probably won't sell well in the Philippines, which is their loss.
I thought it was pronounced Tagalog for years.
I mean, here's the thing. Jake motherfucking Bobo. The man, the myth, the legend, is having a phenomenal season this year. He's having a very good season. I am quite happy. The man's got 2 touchdowns this year. That's incredible.
I made the comparison during the preseason to Victor Cruz, and so
Doug
far,
Baldwin. It's Doug Baldwin. He's Doug Baldwin.
Oh,
Doug Baldwin. I mean, the
him
thing
and
about
his
it,
salsa
it's
band.
I talked to my mom about it. My mom's not super thrilled with DK Metcalf at the moment. I agree. He's doing a lot of just dumb shit on the field.
Possible deadline.
Oh no!
Piece?
Fuck no. But what it could look, there's some future. Could look like we could be seeing a future without Tyler Lockett on this team next year. Because if Jake Bobo is ready to take that next step, guess who's probably not going to be on the team next year?
Well, yeah, I have noticed that Lockett's production has looked down this season from what I've noticed.
He's still Lockett. He's still reliable as
He's still
always.
a good receiver. He's still a good receiver around. I'm just saying. I've noticed that. Okay, yeah, there's definitely more of an emergence with other receivers on the Seahawks and all that.
Let me guess. He's gonna look great in Bears Navy.
I mean, even then, he's no longer on the punt return, kick return unit. DJ Dallas now has that. Even then, Lockett has been phenomenal in Seattle ever since he was drafted out. But this one, especially with this offseason approaching, this one is looking like we're one where you just say, unfortunately, just by how good our receiver room is, we just might not have room for Lockett, unfortunately, at the moment. Which is absolutely insane just to say alone, I hope it, I always loved Tyler Lockett just to purely retire as a Seahawk. But, yeah, the thing too of it is JSN comes into the 3 and you keep Lockett around for another year to let JSN develop, because it seems that Bobo could potentially leapfrog, you could potentially be leapfrogging JSN on the depth chart, which is utterly nuts. I don't think you would say that at the start of this year.
We would. Because he's Jake goddamn Bobo.
Because we here are part of the Bobo wagon, and we've been with him since day one of him being drafted.
Sorry, it's a Halloween episode. He's Jake Boo Boo.
I. God damn it. Jake. Ooh. What the hell, man? Anyways, now with Jake, being as good as he is, I mean, it's gonna be quite
Crazy.
interesting to see what the long-term outlook is gonna look like.
Why are there animes on your?
It's my desktop background. It's just my desktop background.
Oh, hey, it's that one shark girl, and she's got an Uzi.
Yeah, they're just playing. They're just playing stuff.
Oh, and the detective one is eating sand. Neat.
Yeah, it's just damn. Why are you shaming me, brah? Anyways, it's the outlook for the Seahawks is gonna be really interesting. It's not something that I'm 100% sold on yet. Not yet. But I mean, it's looking pretty good so far. He's looking so far. Can't complain. As for my other team, the Washington Huskies, can we not play down to competition, please? I don't like it. Please stop it. I don't like it when we play down to fucking Arizona State and Stanford. I don't like that. I hate seeing that. It's like we should be slaughtering them. The betting line is 21.5. Can we beat them by 17? 20? Can we just, put them away instead of it coming down to last minute heroics from this team? Please, we're much.
I mean, to be completely honest, I think Washington is still hungover after beating Oregon. That's
Yeah,
my
I know.
take.
That's
Yeah,
not what I like.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think this reflects really badly on Michael Penis Jr., who's probably going to fall into the second round now.
No, he's still he's going top 5. He's solidified at top 5.
Penance is not why. I mean, my big concern with Washington today was probably that defense, which, look, for as shitty and as funny as their opponent has been as of late, that is next week, which is USC, they can still produce points, and if Washington's defense plays like it did against Stanford, Michael Penix Jr. is gonna have to play some hero ball again.
Mm-hmm. And I do not want to see that. I want to see, Penix being a good Penix instead of... but even though at the end of the day, I mean, Caleb Williams, like, even watching USC today, Caleb Williams had to pull stuff out of his ass for how bad that defense was. Holy cow.
Yeah,
You know how bad that defense was? They almost lost to fucking Cal.
They almost lost to California, who was starting like the third string quarterback.
Wait a second,
Yeah.
The Huskies have 2 defensive coordinators?
Wait, we do?
Yeah, William Inge and Chuck Morrell.
Yeah, honestly, there has been a trend where it's like, there are teams that will have co-defensive coordinators.
You know who tried that and it didn't work? Fucking Brian Flores with the Dolphins.
Well, I mean, their defense did pull up a good stop against, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to get really exposed next year without Michael Penix Jr. at the helm, and they're going into the Big Ten, which knows a thing or two about defense, because that's all they ever do.
My thing is, though, I will say, before we get to the main course of what I want to talk about with the NFL from the previous week, I do want to say, like, I might as well say stuff about USC, because, USC, at this rate, I'm at the point where it's like, USC, at this rate, if you want to do the funniest shit ever, you should fire Alex Grinch and you should hire Rob Ryan as your defensive coordinator.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're just going to let the season play out and then fire him.
Yeah, it's just for the love
It
of
is
God, like
bad.
I mean, the only reason Alex Grinch still has a job is because he's been with Lincoln Riley since Oklahoma. That's the only reason he still has a job right now.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Yes,
uh,
your defense is shit, putrid, and awful. It makes my eyes hurt.
uh, yeah. Also, Grinch related in the NFL that happened. Uh, we had a funny when I said that Joe Buck looks like one of the Who's from the Jim Carrey Grinch.
Yeah, that was certainly a hilarious moment in the live reaction to the
That was
fucking
so
49ers Vikings game.
That was so fucking random.
It came out of nowhere, and it ended up being kind of true, to be honest.
It's kind of right. That was so stupid. That should not have made me laugh so much, but that just made me just.
I mean, it works for a reason, because you look at the comparison, it's like, folks, where's the lie?
There's no lie. There's no lie. I hate
Oh,
that we are
man.
laughing. We should not be laughing this hard.
Yeah.
We've
Oh,
laughed
God.
at stupider.
I know.
Yeah, we've laughed at dumb things. We've laughed at really stupid things.
We
However,
have. I think.
speaking
I
of
think this
stupid,
takes the
speaking
cake.
of speaking of stupid things that happen in football, yeah, Raiders Bears was certainly an experience. Let me tell you that.
The game of all
Good
time.
lord.
The game was dumb.
Good lord, I got to watch this game in Vegas, and yeah, this went about as bad as you can imagine for the Raiders. I just want to say that right now, and I'm just gonna say how this game played out, because it really just looked like genuinely. First off, like from the moment the game begun, the Bears, credit where credit is due to Luke Getsy, he made it very clear who was going to be the biggest impact player on the offense for the day, and it was going to be Deontay Foreman. And Deontay Foreman completely just wrecked the Raiders' run defense. Like, the Raiders' run defense was absolutely no match for Deontay Foreman, which, yeah, honestly, I mean, Deontay Foreman scored both first two touchdowns for the Bears. Both came from Deontay Foreman. Actually, first three touchdowns, because he had a passing touchdown from Tyson Bagent in the third quarter as well. So yeah, wait, yeah, you can say something.
This is the first time I've ever heard you say credit where credit is due to Luke Getsy.
Yeah, I'll admit it. I'll admit it. I'll admit it. I'll admit it. It actually worked. And honestly, I'll also say the run play calling in particular, it's like, okay, I feel like entering this week, it's like, you know what, fuck it, we'll just, let's see what Foreman can do. Okay, just, Tyson, just, hand the ball off, like, just toss the ball to him to the side, and let's see what he can do. And you know what, it fucking worked, because, yeah, the Raiders just were completely stunned by what they were having to stop out there, because, should be noted, I mean, yeah, Tyson Bagent, like, the passes short and all of that, but I'm not gonna lie, he did what he was supposed to do. He went out there, did what he was supposed to do, completed his passes, just got it out when it needed to get out, and you know what? The offense, it looked confident out there. Granted, it's against the Raiders. That needs to be completely noted every fucking time I say that. It's against the Raiders. But the offense, it looked confident out there, and it was nice to see, Tyson Bagent, Mr. Bagel, for a guy who, truly, a great story to be seen with a guy who, came all the way from the University of frickin' Shepherd University, and went all the way and started an NFL game and won. And I'll say it right now, I'll also say some things, it was a pretty easy game for the Bears, because the Bears, especially in the second half, were just completely killing the clock on every drive they had. All they had to do was just waste the time, because the Raiders had no fucking answer as to how they were going to stop the Bears, which is hilarious to think about. entering this game, considering I didn't know what to expect, and all of a sudden you're telling me, wow, the Raiders can't even do the simplest of shit that includes not letting the Bears drain the clock so much. Like, good lord, it's like the Bears just completely controlled the clock, and the Raiders, yeah, the Raiders, things went about as well as you would imagine for a team that was starting Brian Hoyer in 2023.
I was just about to say, you know, like, obviously credit where credit is due, but what does it say that Tyson Bagent, an absolute nobody from middle of nowhere West Virginia, plays better than goddamn Brian Hoyer, 14 years into his fucking career.
Look, I'll just say it. Let's look at Hoyer's. I'm just going to tell you the Brian Hoyer stat line because it really does paint a good picture of how the game went. 17 for 32, 129 yards, 2 interceptions.
Jesus.
And that's not... Yeah, oh yeah, and by the way, he got benched to end the game too. So, yeah, went about as awful as you could imagine for the Raiders. Max Crosby, I mean, credit where credit is due with the Bears O-line. They did an excellent job out there, genuinely. And I mean, Crosby was basically neutralized. And I mean, there were plays. I watched some of the plays where the Bears had some big plays. There were, like, you could just tell that some of those Raiders defensive players were not even fucking trying out there. They had no motivation out there to try and make some fucking tackles out there, which is like, yeah, Raiders, lack of motivation, not something that feels very unoriginal with this Raiders team under Josh McDaniels, which, yeah, a lot to say about Josh McDaniels in this game, let's say that. I just want to quote this tweet that I found from Mitty Garoppolo, this Twitter account by the name of Mitty Garoppolo, after the game, I'm just gonna say everything he had to say here because it really sums up Josh McDaniels. I would like to remind the people, Josh McDaniels blew 6 second-half leads last season. Josh McDaniels lost to a Colts team that hired Jeff Saturday, who was coaching high school football the week prior. Josh McDaniels lost the game to Baker Mayfield, who had only been on the team for 3 fucking days prior to our game. Josh McDaniels just lost the game to the worst team in football without their starting quarterback, running back, and a backup quarterback who didn't even play Division I football. Josh McDaniels elected to kick a field goal against the Steelers while we were in the red zone down 8 points in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left in the game. At this point, I wouldn't even be surprised or upset if Davante Adams or anyone else on the team demanded a trade if they were told McDaniels will be retained. Josh McDaniels cannot be fixed. He is a terrible head coach, not a leader of men, and couldn't inspire me to do my fucking laundry even if I had no clean underwear left.
Holy.
You know what?
And the thing that really says a whole lot is I really think they do want Tom Brady in as a minority owner so that way they can fire Josh McDaniels. The problem is the owner is so cash poor that he can't fire him. He can't afford it.
I will say this. That's Mark Davis's issue, and I'm just gonna say this. Mark, you should have probably spended your money better before thinking maybe I should take a risk on the Patriot way, which has backfired for so many teams.
Well, even
and I'm just gonna say this. The fact that I'm hearing stuff about how many Raiders players are fucking pissed at Josh McDaniels about how he's managing things doesn't really surprise anyone. It doesn't surprise anyone, and I'm not gonna lie, I would not be surprised if we see multiple Raiders players end up getting traded at the deadline. I'm just saying, I'm not gonna be shocked by that, especially considering we're already seeing that basically happen with Hunter Renfrow, who's basically become a ghost because Josh McDaniels doesn't want to use him.
The thing is, I'm going to go at the source of the problem. You should not have given John Gruden a 10-year contract with the stake in ownership.
Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. You shouldn't have given him you should not have spent your money that poorly to begin with.
If John Gruden salary was not on the books, your Josh McDaniels is gone. But technically, because how it works, why for so long the Canucks just delayed on firing Bruce Boudreau? There's not even an owner in sports that wants to have paying for 3 head coaches. And I believe they're going to let Josh McDaniels play his contract out and just not renew it. That's what I think is going to happen. Or Tom Brady miraculously comes in as a minority owner and, oh, hey, now I've got some cash to fire McDaniels, who should have been fired long ago.
Yeah, I'll say why. That's why they're trying to get Brady in, because you need any money you can find right now. Because look, I'm gonna say it, if the Raiders don't get rid of McDaniels, nobody's gonna want to fucking play for this team.
Nobody.
And I know that the fact that Mark can't pay it, but I'm also saying like that's Mark's issue. That's something he's gotten himself into over many years of bad spending, and guess what? He's paying the price for it right now.
I was just gonna say
big
that
time.
it seems like the Raiders are living a scary story for Halloween.
Oh yeah, they are.
That's a good one.
Devontae Adams
way,
has no
speaking of-
production. Ooh.
By the way, speaking of kicking field goals, I just love how Josh McDaniels and the Raiders, it was in the fourth quarter, they're down 21, it was early in the fourth quarter, but still the fourth quarter, and they're down 21-3, and Josh decides, you know what, I'm going to take the points. I'm going to kick a field goal down 21-3 in the fourth.
The thing that, I believe, everybody deserves a second chance. We're now past the point where it's a second chance. We can easily something we can look at and go, well, you know what? This decision to hire Josh McDaniels is a bad one, and we're stuck. They made their bed, they're stuck with it. And the thing is,
you know what I also love, I do want to comment this, because in terms of shit he said after the game, I love how when he was asked about, why didn't you start Aiden O'Connell, and his response was, this isn't the preseason anymore. And it's like, dude, you started a 38-year-old quarterback. You started Brian Hoyer. Why
You started Axel Edward Brian Hoyer, Bears legend.
And your response is, this isn't the preseason anymore?
Go back to Belichick, you boob.
That is a bra moment, and also Josh McDaniels is stuck with you. Woo!
I just love how I just love seeing how every week you just look on the trending page, and it's like, oh my dumbass is trending again. I wonder what that can refer to. Raiders.
I feel bad for Raiders fans, but let's come on. Your first mistake was being a Raiders fan in the first place.
No, their first mistake was getting that felony charge. Their second mistake was becoming a Raiders fan.
Oh. Fuck off. Shut up. That's so stupid.
Well, the problem is they can't attend their home games now because they're in the bad.
Because they can't violate state. They have to stay within state lines per their parole.
Because honestly, when was the last time the Raiders were genuinely good for a long period of time? Early 2000s.
Yeah,
it's been
early
20
2000s.
years.
John Gruden 1.0, the Rich Gannon Raiders.
We're talking early 2000s, and the Raiders have had a thing where the GM is crafted, hit a roadblock, and then the guy tore it down. The guy tore it down, left it in such a garbage state. And then you've hired a garbage coach, and
here's something.
Mm-hmm.
The Raiders have not won a playoff game since the 2002 AFC Championship when they beat the Titans.
Ooh. It's bad to where I don't think it's salvageable. I don't think this Raiders current team is salvageable. They're gonna try to keep, like, again, has anybody heard anything that Tyree Wilson, one of their first round picks, has he done anything?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything of him since my mom said that's a really interesting suit he's wearing during draft night.
I haven't heard of anything. Even their first round pick already looks like a waste of, like, there's so much that's just...
And that's the Raider way.
And that's the Raider way. Like, spotted to banana.
The last time the Raiders were good for as long as a state period of time, they were in Oakland. That's how long it was.
Well, I mean, early 2000s.
They're in Oakland the first time. That's how long it was.
Oh yeah, the last time. Oh yeah, I mean, well,
It's
genuinely,
been-
let's be real. The last time they won a playoff game, YouTube was not a thing.
Dude, the last time the Raiders won a playoff game, the iPhone wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Nickman wasn't a thing.
This show wasn't a thing. We didn't
The
know
last time
each
the-
other. I mean, maybe, who knows, maybe one of us visited, like, we were in the same area and breathed, like, the same oxygen for, like, half a second. I don't know, but, like...
I haven't been west of Texas.
I mean, maybe you were
The
in...
last time the
Maybe you were in North Dakota at Mount Rushmore at the same time I was at Mount Rushmore. Oh, shit. Then, I don't know. Maybe
last
weirdly...
time
Who knows? But it's to summarize, it's just...
Oh, here's one. The last time the Raiders won a playoff game, the United States did not have any military presence in Iraq.
Oh my fucking god.
Jeez.
the last time the Raiders won a playoff game, there were only 386 Pokemon.
186. Oh.
Morty.
The last time the Raiders won a playoff game, the physical attacks and special attacks were
Oh yeah, there
based
was
in
no
the
physical
Pokemon
special.
types.
There was no physical special split. Yeah, it's competitive. You wouldn't. It's for competitive because Aiden and I choose to not have fun at times when playing Pokemon and delve
Yeah.
into the
The
competitive
last
side.
time. But yeah, the last time the Raiders won a playoff game, highest grossing film of the previous year was The Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings is a good movie. Lord of the Rings is a good movie, man. I don't know what they're talking
The
about.
last time the Raiders won a playoff game, Joe Thornton was a Boston Bruin. By the way, Jumbo Joe retired today.
Yeah.
Oh, the last time the Raiders won a playoff game, the Red Wings were a dynasty.
The last time the Raiders won a playoff game, the Warriors were fucking horrible.
The last time the Raiders won a playoff game, the Canucks were about to draft the Sedin twins.
The last time the Raiders won a playoff game, LeBron James was still in high school.
Wow. Wow.
Holy shit.
And I thought my Iraq one was good. Holy fuck.
The last
Man.
time the Raiders won a playoff game, Sasuke was still a good guy in Naruto. Shippuden hadn't happened yet.
There's a lot of just god damn moments. Holy
The last time the Raiders
hell.
won a playoff game, Connor Bedard wasn't even alive.
Ooh.
We were
Well,
beginning
that-
to hear grumblings of one Sidney Crosby.
Oh yeah, I mean, to be fair, Sidney Crosby is like literally like fucking got that Zach Wilson disease of always looking like a fucking kid.
Wait a second. Crazy thing. When the Raiders were last won a playoff game, Mark Messier was still active. Mark fucking Messier.
Oh. Ugh.
Let me see that 2002 Vikings roster to see if there were any surprises from the last time the Raiders won a playoff game. Let's see. Dante Culpepper, Sean Hill, Todd Bowman, Wayne Bates, Jim Kleinsasser, guy by the name of Hayden Epstein, which yikes.
I'm such a fucking idiot. Oh my god.
What did you do now?
No, no, it's fine. I thought I was on the Blackhawks, and it's like, no, wait a minute, I'm on the fucking Blue Jackets.
Last time the Raiders won a playoff game, Sean Hill, who you might remember was so bad they traded for Sam Bradford. He was a rookie. He was experiencing his rookie year.
In summary, team bad. Team bad.
Yeah.
Speaking of other bad teams,
This team hasn't been relevant since NSYNC was still together.
they haven't been relevant since System of a Down was still making music.
They haven't been relevant since Dimebag Darrell was still alive.
Oh shit! R.I.P.
Damn.
Dime.
Damn. Basically, the joke is, we crap on so many other franchises, but there just hasn't been a franchise that comes to mind. Like, right, we talk about how bad the Jaguars, the Cleveland Browns. I think the worst team that's been in football for as long as I can remember has been the Oakland Raiders. They have not drafted well. They have not hired good coaches. They have not hired good GMs. The good GMs, when they finally built a team, they go on with somebody else.
Which is crazy because this is also a league that has the Detroit Lions as one of their teams.
I think the Lions are right now, in such a phenomenal state. Right? Like, the Raiders, I mean...
Like, take a look at that. Like, even when they weren't as good, take a look at that 2007 NFL draft. Even the Lions knew not to draft Jamarcus Russell.
It's such one of the most biggest atrocities in sport is how mismanaged, how poorly ran. Even with legacy owners, trying to live off of success, it's when you finally have that success, how the hell do you just be like, you know what, we need to do a complete 180, we need to move on. Like, who would think of something like that instead of, playing it year to year? I don't know. The Raiders need a whole new owner. They need a whole new, or just a brand new metaphorical thing of how do we approach our team as a whole.
The last time the Raiders won a Super Bowl, they played in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
That's how long ago that was.
It's been bad.
Like, even the Lions are less pathetic than the Raiders, in my opinion.
Big time. It's like, we make fun of the Browns, but even the Browns we see as they're somewhat competitive. Even with Deshaun Cosby, right? They've had a good year with Baker Mayfield, even though they've appeared in the playoffs every now and again. The Lions right now look like they're in such a fantastic place.
And also Matthew Stafford was really good.
Stafford was really good for them, right? Even when Stafford when he got traded to the Rams, it felt like more it was their Super Bowl rather than the Rams.
Yeah, because so many people in Michigan picked up the Rams, and I can personally attest to this because I live here, and my own mom for her birthday, wanted a Matthew Stafford Rams jersey.
You see it, like, even the Rams have had something niche to. Sorry, the Rams. What the fuck? The Lions have something that's rather niche that they can cling on to. They have all of this that they can cling on to. It's whatever the heck. There's no. I can't imagine the one thing that Marshawn Lynch, but most of his career was in Seattle. I mean, Derek Carr is probably been their best franchise quarterback. I don't know what's more pathetic, the fact that Chicago's best quarterback is Jay Cutler, or that the best quarterback the Vegas Raiders had is Derek Carr and Rich Gannon.
He's not the best Raiders quarterback ever, but like you get the point. Still, I mean, Carr was definitely probably definitely one of their more recognizable players. Yeah, but well, yeah, best of that and all that.
Best of Oakland 2.0, I mean.
Oakland 2.0, yeah. Good point, yeah.
I don't know what the heck.
I mean, who's the other competition? Rich Gannon?
I mean, closest I'd say, I don't know, Carson Palmer.
But like Carson Palmer was only there for 3 years, and it was just an ACL tear and a whole lot of nothing.
And remember that time Randy Moss was on the Raiders?
And
nobody does.
Well, I remember it because of the fucking, I think the secret base video they made on the Raiders. It's like, oh, yeah, Randy Moss was on the Raiders. Okay, that's engraved into my mind now.
I will say, it makes Immaculate Gridiron really easy, where they ask if, do you know somebody who was on the Raiders and 49ers? And I say, yeah, Randy Moss.
Also, for some reason, Randy Moss was on the Titans as well. I didn't know that until recently. I'll admit that.
Yeah, it's...
By the way, Immaculate Gridiron, great game. Love to play it at work before I get the day started.
That is a good way to get the day started. I mean, to me, at the end of the day, it's... Golly, don't let your kids become Raiders fans. And if you are a Raiders fan, I think it's time to really put your attention to something else until this organization can... Because it's the Raiders aren't probably the one team I could look you in the eyes and say, they're not worth your time, they're not worth your money, they're not worth your effort. Like, hell, even the Bears are worth your time and effort. The Raiders? No. Raiders are not worth this. They're not worth a dime. They're not worth anything.
Nick, man, you should tell this to your friends in Las Vegas. PSA: if you want to watch a Raider game, save your money and watch a Golden Knights game instead.
Golden Knights.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's really impossible to fucking even get a ticket to a Raiders game unless you're a tourist coming in and it's like, hey, you know what? I've already paid a shit ton of money to get to Vegas. I might as well just, if I'm gonna go to an NFL game, well, I'm already paying a lot of money. I might as well pay more, which is also why I feel like Mark Davis does not give a shit about appealing to Vegas locals, because guess what? He's probably gonna be making more money regardless of how little Raiders fans are actually in the stadium. Because he's also that dirt poor.
And I'm just gonna say it, like if I'm ever going to Vegas, I'm not thinking Raiders game. I'm probably thinking, probably going to a Mega Mart with Nick Man here.
There's probably two teams that I would ever go.
Genuinely, people go to Raiders much more for the stadium than they do the Raider.
And the Al Davis torch isn't even using fires, so you can't even use it to light a blunt. What the fuck?
I mean, my whole thing with it's like it feels like there's just way better teams that I think local Vegas fans have completely hung their loyalty to. There's the Vegas Aces and the Vegas Golden Knights. The Golden Knights have been such a huge boon to it. I think when they get a brand new NBA team, this city's going to completely lean on to it way more than the Raiders will be. And again, the Raiders are in a perfect position. Like I said, it's going to be the same thing the Athletics are going to be. people are going to go to their games because, you know, you're marketing to the outside world, but to locals, it's like, yeah, we don't care. We don't care.
Yeah.
We got real teams that we can actually cheer for, not this, you know.
They can just go, whatever. I'll just take peyote and get lost in the desert.
I can see what no one can see. Although, or we can just watch. I think one day we should do a movie night and fucking watch. What's that movie done by the funny the guy that?
Oh, Seth Rogen?
Yeah, no, they did a movie about food. I've forgotten that movie was. It's like a hilarious movie that a bunch of parents took their like 8-year-old kids to see, and like, what the?
Oh, Sausage Party!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
God,
Sausage Party.
yeah.
It'd be so funny. I've been seeing like reels of it.
You don't get it, bro. The hot dog said fuck.
Yes, we are very. They use very offensive stereotypes. I love Sausage Party was such a great movie. Oh,
You know, it's even better though. Car Sausage Party.
no, shut up.
What else happened around the league? The Packers proved that they suck.
Yeah, and we got to watch Tom Grossi give up on life on stream.
Brandon, I'm just gonna be happy for Brandon Perna for half a second because Brandon Perna's like,
Finally, that fucking WWE clip where I want to say it's Dwayne Johnson being like, finally, finally.
Yes, The Rock, yes.
I mean, they like think of like the
definitely
viewership they
Perna.
had in two. They had such a phenomenal viewership. Like,
Yeah, I think combined they had like over 20,000 people
Mhm.
watching.
like that's a killing. That's they did really good. Congratulations to both gentlemen on a fantastic stream.
Although, can I finally say, I've been meaning to say this ever since the hire happened. I think Matt LaFleur is a fraud.
I do feel like he's worn out his welcome now. 'Cause
Yes, that.
these past two, he has absolutely worn out his welcome, and it's really showing with how the Packers are definitely offensively more so. Because for as much shit as Joe Barry gets, understandably so, like he definitely is someone who should get fired before the season ends. He was not why they lost that game to Denver. They lost that game because their offense shit themselves again. And
Yeah.
that's been a real problem this season because since week 2 against the Falcons where they scored 24 points, they have not scored more than 20 points in a game.
Oh,
Did-
that's not
Did
good.
did Aaron Jones fuck Matt LaFleur's wife or something? Because I haven't seen him anywhere in the game plan.
Yeah, I don't know. And literally, genuinely, just looking at it and just seeing from not only like what I've seen in pure numbers, but also from the eye test, Jordan Love is trying way too hard out there to make stuff happen. He's trying way too hard.
It's almost like the playbook is predicated on superstar quarterback that you can just say
Well,
go
my thing
do shit
is-
and they say
The thing
okay.
is, I feel like Jordan Love's he's playing too much hero ball out there, and that's why we've seen him end up like shitting himself badly in clutch situations. And honestly, I guess the other thing to say is that Packers don't exactly have, at least right now with how they've been looking, the talent's not exactly performing to their best level in terms of making hero ball work with with a quarterback like Jordan Love. And it's just, I don't know, Green Bay's just, yeah,
And
they're
I'm
not
just
looking,
gonna say
not
it.
looking good.
I mean, there's
Rodgers.
two things that comes to mind when I look at the Green Bay Packers. One, they are an incredibly young, like really young team, and they don't have like a true veteran. They need veteran presence in that locker room that they just don't have, and I feel when they get behind in these situations, when they make these mistakes, there's not, the veteran guy that goes, come on, let's chin up, like, next play, let's make sure
But
we don't
here's
make
the
these
thing.
mistakes happen. I don't think they have that guy.
But here's the thing. I don't know if you follow much with the inner workings of like the Packers general managership. Brian Gutekunst, a lot like Ted Thompson in the past, he does nothing in free agency or the deadline.
The
Well,
thing
yeah,
just
I've
throws
seen
the
I
that.
can
hands.
say, I can
I
say,
have
I
seen
can
that
agree
very
with,
well with the Packers.
I can agree
I've
with that
seen
with
very
free
well
agency.
how Packers fans feel about that.
I can agree with that with the trade deadline, but with free agency, it's hard to get players to come up north and play in Green Bay.
I
It
do
is
but-
agree with that, but
horrible.
like still, it's like Green
I-
Bay still needs to do better in that regard.
At some point, you can't just keep throwing up your hands and saying nothing I could do, because then you just turn into fucking Dark Side Phil, bro.
All right, you're right. First of all, you're absolutely right. I absolutely agree with you, but it's in terms of location, I think especially with a lot of star flashy players, I feel that they just genuinely prefer warmer climates than playing in Green Bay.
Then explain to
It's-
me how Buffalo is able to get guys like Von Miller and
Unless-
other guys.
Well, I think nowadays with Buffalo, you have Josh Allen in actual defense. And even then, they had to front load the contract in order to get a guy like Von Miller to come up there. You have to guarantee more money. And Green Bay, I really feel that Green Bay, I can understand their community ran. And I can understand it's a lot of cold feet. But sometimes you just need an owner that can genuinely just fuel that. You need some owner just to fuel the money, and someone needs to fuel the money in. You can't just ask fans for money. You need something.
And I'm just gonna say it. Mark Murphy seems like a totally spineless dude. Like, I'm sure he's pleasant. If I ever got to know him over maybe like a supper night in a Schwabanon or wherever he lives, but he just seems like think of the fans. I couldn't do that. Oh, that
Look, I'm
gives
just
me
gonna say
gas.
I'm just gonna say it, like the Packers, like basically in my opinion, after this season, with the way things are looking, they're gonna be really. I think they're gonna be forced to rebuild. They're gonna be dragged, kicking and screaming into having to rebuild at this rate.
I give it one more year. I am willing to say, hey, you know what? This is a very young team. I'm willing to give it a year. If next year
I do
things
agree-
look the
like,
same, blow it up. Blow it up.
Yeah, I
build
mean, I get
build the
that, but it's
trenches. Wait for a guy like the Manning kid. Hopefully he gets some playing time soon, but not quite yet.
Probably next
Personally-
year.
Next year probably.
Personally, I'd love it to see. I'd love to see the Packers keep course. Because fuck them, and quite frankly, fuck their fans.
Oh yeah,
But-
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Well, I'm
No,
different.
I'll wait.
I
Fuck
feel
you,
like-
shit. Packers.
Let your nuts hang.
I feel
I
so-
don't care what you guys do. I don't care if you rebuild. I don't care if you stay the course. All we know is that when you reach the playoffs, we're gonna kick your ass, like we did back in the Rodgers era. We own y'all.
I don't know. The Packers are going to be quite an interesting team to really what they're going to be just in a couple of years. I feel that it's really hard to see a way just out of this mess that they have themselves in. I feel bad for Gage, but
Yeah,
don't. It's
Yeah.
no
But
story.
that's it.
This is a story
Fuck the
for
rest
Yeah.
of them.
story
Yeah,
for
like I'm saying, the fuck the Packers motto comes from the fact that I'm a division rival. Fuck you, and you've also owned us for a long time, so fuck you even more.
Well,
Okay, I have a right to say that.
They still
I have a
do.
right. I have a right to say fuck you because you own us. I still have a right to fucking say that.
And I have a right to say them because, you know, they don't treat us like a real rival, and even though we're the most 50-50 of all the NFC North. Like,
it's the
where the fuck do
Bears.
you get off, you overweight cheese-eating scumbags?
I like cheese though. I actually don't. There's no such thing as enough cheese. But you know, Packers. It's
I think we've said what we said about the Packers.
enjoy being bad for a while. You guys need
enjoy
it.
being bad or mid, or just being stuck in football hell.
On top of that,
Hey,
we talked about the Patriots last week, right?
Up yours, cheeseheads.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, actually speaking of the Patriots, yeah, one of our predictions that went horrifically wrong. Yeah, we all picked Buffalo and it went to shit real fast.
We are sorry, Bill Belichick.
Ooh, we picked the same team.
We have angered the hoodie. Ooh.
Ooh. It's okay, Buffalo fans, you're fine. Also, Brandon Perna's wheel cursed you, so
Well, yeah, I do want to say. Well, look, I want to say it. First off, I find it funny. I find it funny that yeah, Patriots. Bill Belichick gets his 300th win with against the fucking Bills because of course why not? Why not do a little bit of trolling there? But I do want to say, and I'm not just saying it because of this game. I'm saying it because these past couple of weeks and what I've seen from them. Look, I'm just gonna say it. The Buffalo Bills are not a Super Bowl team right now. They're not.
I mean, they beat the piss out of Buffalo. I'm sorry about Tampa Bay, but then Tampa Bay kind of tried to make a last-minute comeback. But
Yeah, I know, but it's like I'm just in terms of like what the Bills are. People expect Buffalo to be. It's like they just do not look like that team. Like they feel stuck in neutral. I mean, their defense not really. Their defense has really been a big reason why they're 5-3 right now outside of that Patriots game. However, like their offense just feels like it's stuck in the mud and it's like it's trying to get out but it can't.
It's like Josh Allen is a lot like if you took a SUV and you accidentally took it off-roading. Like you stole your mom's minivan and now you're stuck in the Mojave and you have to call AAA.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, look, I think Josh Allen's a great quarterback, but it's just it's just the way the offense is being called and stuff and what's being worked with and all that. It's just I don't know, like Buffalo, it's like they're still a very talented team, obviously, but something feels just really off with them right now. It's not, and it feels similar to stuff that I really saw with them last season, which ended up killing them in the postseason.
Hang on a second. Here we go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Josh Allen is quickly turning into become Brett Favre, and not in terms of like stealing money from poor people.
Posting his dick.
Is he sending his penis out too?
Oh, hang on. Oh, he hang on. I got that. I got you. Here's a certified Brett Favre moment.
He's pulling his cock out.
Let's see. Yeah. But yeah, Bills. Yeah, look a little more convincing next time. Speaking of, however, I will say, speaking of things, I know NFL fans are absolutely convinced that yeah, these people are the absolute worst. NFL refs, because I saw a lot of people talking about NFL referees at the end of the Browns Colts game. I mean, great game, but wow, that was certainly a game, all right. That was certainly an ending.
Yeah.
You know what? I get that ref's bad, and I get that, and the other thing, but I think what it was, the refs were issuing divine punishment for those black helmets.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, I agree. I do agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I saw those, and I was like, fuck, you're the Indianapolis Colts, dude. What are you doing?
Yeah. Those are bad.
Yeah. Other games, Lions got nuked by the Ravens. That happened.
And now
Just burn the-
I like how like immediately after that everybody's like, "Oh my god, the Ravens are Super Bowl contenders for beating the piss out of somebody for 1 week. Holy shit!" Let me see it a couple more weeks, please.
Fucking. You know who else is a Super Bowl contender?
Your mom.
My mom.
Shut
I will
up.
say, I will say with Baltimore, yeah, their defense right now in terms of points per game is the best in football right now, which not surprising to me considering how much talent they have. That's a great defense they got. I will say what impressed me really regarding the Ravens was Lamar did have an incredible passing game. I will say that he absolutely torched the Lions defense in throughout the air, which was not how I was expecting the Ravens, would win that game, but I'm sure many Ravens fans would view that as a welcoming sight, considering how a lot of times it felt like in recent years with Lamar, it's felt like he really has to more win it on the ground game than in the air.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think Lamar's a good quarterback.
Yeah, he
It's
is.
fine.
Speaking of other games, speed running this and stuff, Commanders are the most inconsistent team in football.
Give the coaching job to
Eric Bieniemy, yeah.
Give it to him.
Eric
He's earned
Bieniemy,
it.
head coach, the worst kept secret in football. We all know who the next Commies head coach will be because this Commanders team right now with Ron Rivera is so inconsistent that they get shut down by the Giants defense.
Of all things,
Oh man.
it's
Yeah.
Eric Bieniemy has there's some that's why I don't think we can give up on Sam Howell, because Eric Bieniemy has been able to steer this guy in the right direction. So let's make the right choice here. Speed this.
Yeah, something was telling me with how Washington had been this season entering that game. It's like, why do I have a bad feeling they're gonna lose to the Giants because of reasons? And it's like, oh, there they go.
There.
Oh,
we
yeah.
go.
There's reasons.
Chargers Chiefs. Chargers, quit punching your fans in the dick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's never.
defense
Oh, come
got
on, that's
them.
never gonna happen. They're owned by they're owned by Satan. It's never gonna. It's not gonna happen
Yeah.
anytime soon.
More Steelers bullshit happened.
Yeah, but when doesn't Steelers bullshit not happen?
Steelers got the Super Bowl. Steelers got the Super Bowl.
Stellars. This is Stellars doing what Stellars do
Steelers
best.
got hey, what are you doing in here? Why are you in my house? Get the Steelers out of here. Get the Steelers out of here. Get
it's
me
more of
out of get me out of here. I'm Steelers still gonna got Super Bowl. No, get out of here. This is my house. Steelers got lucky. Get the fuck out.
I just want to say the
California
bullshit.
motherfucker.
The bullshit is real. It's real.
I am amazed.
Tomlin gotta go, not eight over again. Okay, get out, please.
Well, wash my mouth. Did somebody say something here about bullshit? Hey, we already talked about the Vikings. Get out of here. Don't you know we're gonna set ourselves up for winning 2 playoff games before we get eliminated? Don't you know? Fuck off.
Now, I just want to say this before I. Yeah, it's the Steelers are like, you know what? This is the Mike Tomlin experience. They will play ugly as shit, but you know what? They're gonna find a way to get a 9-8 record. It always happens.
I will say,
I mean-
Puka Nakua looks good.
Puka Nakua is so
does.
good. I mean, how do we just with reffing just? Oh my god! Steelers winning on a complete technicality, and because even if it's a 2 morning, how's it the booth Somebody should look at that. The ball placement was clearly incorrect. How do we just not look at it? Because sometimes, if it's obviously not placed properly, they do step in, and stinks when you don't have all timeouts. Just why you should always hold on to your timeouts or hold on to one, because if you don't have a timeout to call a challenge, you kind of get the shit end of the stick.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yep, and the Eagles beat the Dolphins on Sunday Night Football wearing the Kelly Greens.
And Chris Collinsworth was as annoying as ever.
Why did it come Crystal? It's Crystal Collinsworth. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Man's
I
always
think
gonna
that
be
sums up the
annoying.
NFL over the past week. I think that
Wait,
sums it up very well.
Yeah,
Right.
just trying to make sure we didn't forget anybody. Bucks Falcons. I guess we
Yeah,
have to talk.
Arthur Smith voodoo magic goes burr.
Yeah, I am weirdly. Is it weird that I really like Arthur Smith as a coach?
I like it too. It's funny as hell.
Yeah, and his mustache is one for the gods.
I love his expressions. His expressions.
He's a meme.
His expressions are so
Arthur
funny.
Smith is a meme. That's all I can say.
Oh, dude! I just realized why nobody takes San Jose seriously. Their international airport is named after a fictional rapist.
Actually, it's named after the after the former Secretary of Transportation and a former mayor. But yeah, funny. It's the reason why San Jose is not as well known as San Francisco and Oakland.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, couldn't you name your airport after Goku or Saitama or Itadori?
No, you might as well name it the Sean Watson Memorial Airport.
Big time. Big time.
Nah, the
All
Captain
right.
National Leader of Men Airport.
Oh.
So, gentlemen, baseball, the world
It's a vampire. It's raining.
Series tied 1-1. D-backs absolutely demolished the Rangers.
All I can
And that
say
team-
is,
got
if you want to
revenge.
make it to the World Series, just play the Brewers in the playoffs.
That's all you gotta do.
Guys in the playoffs in the future.
100%. So all you gotta
Way to
do.
Brewers embrace the chaos.
All you gotta
They
do.
saw that tree video and were just like, "Fuck you, you kids are fuck."
I mean, even though, like, honestly, probably just in terms of MLB playoffs, there's never like a consensus team I'm always sold on. I feel like it's always. Huh? Did I already do the Florida? I must have already done the Florida. Holy shit! Holy Krampus! I already did the Florida. Oh my god! I did the
This
Florida.
reminds you of
Panthers.
the time that
Kings. I'm on the Kings. Okay.
Yeah, I just love how looking at like every team that has beat the Brewers in the playoffs has gone to the World Series. 1981 Yankees, 1982 Cardinals, 2008 Phillies, 2011 Cardinals, 2018 Dodgers, 2019 Nationals, 2020 Dodgers, 2021 Braves, 2023 D-backs.
It's insane and yet incredibly based.
Spencer, no hard feelings, but I hope the Giants face the Brewers in the playoffs in the future.
Oh, totally. I just wish the Brewers could face the Brewers. You know.
Oh yeah,
Nation,
the other team gets disqualified, and then the Brewers basically advance by default.
Yeah, done don't work like that.
Someday we'll be the ones being guided to the treasure.
Yeah. Someday. May not be yet, but it will be someday. I mean, hopefully.
Yeah, especially with that guy who keeps hitting absolute dingers and
piss miss 450-foot absolute piss missiles.
In the AA. Jackson, I can't remember his first. Curio Jackson, that's who. Once he hits the major leagues, I think he's going to be the answer to can the Brewers hit the ball?
I mean, you guys had like old man Carlos Santana as one of your main hitters. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Carlos Santana. Carlos Santana's good, but like the guy shouldn't be like your headliner.
Yeah, but like he's just the the Brewers just need a poster that says hit the ball.
Yeah.
Hit the ball.
Basically, especially in the postseason. But also, I just want to say, I still find it hilarious how Astros, Rangers, every home team lost their games. It happened again.
People are gonna complain.
And in a
about
weird
it.
way, I'm glad it was the D-backs and not the Phillies representing the NL.
There we go. We need to flush the Brewers. The Brewers curse must stay alive. It has to live. The whole
No.
series curse has. Oh no! Wait. What do you?
No, it's because Philly fans are a bunch of shitheads who,
Okay, well,
don't
yeah,
deserve
that too.
happiness.
Yeah, okay.
That is that too. But also, it's funny seeing the Brewers curse live.
Yeah, that too. I mean, Philly fans are something kind of else, but I mean, at some point, I do hope they win something, because as much as it's funny is to watch them lose all the time, at some point, yeah, the joke
Yeah,
kinda
but
runs dry.
They're also Eagles fans, so do you really feel bad for them?
Yeah, I'll still feel bad for them.
Ugh,
I mean,
you're
I'll
such
say
a
this.
wimp.
I mean, I will say this. Here's the thing. Philadelphia fans are they will either show that they are the biggest assholes imaginable, or they are the most passionate fans imaginable. And there's really no in-between, in my opinion.
There is.
Well,
no-
there's an in-between. Sometimes they're both.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah. But those fans are some fucking batshit crazy people.
Like that
Yeah,
guy that
but,
ate horse shit during the Super Bowl parade.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of baseball news, so yeah, the Giants hired their new manager.
Oh, shit?
Oh, snap.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. They hired Bob Melvin.
I'm gonna say this as a Giants fan. I love the hire.
What
You
a
know,
Melvin.
the thing is with Melvin, I know he had some criticism when he was in San Diego, but here's the thing: San Diego's locker room was kind of toxic, and
Yeah.
San Francisco's, on the other hand, we got great team chemistry, and I think he's gonna see that we're almost like Oakland, when he was the manager. Only this time we're actually willing to fucking spend. I mean I like what
Well,
I like watching Melvin
they
when he was
still
the
did
ace.
spend.
Huh?
They still did spend.
Well, they spent at the time, but let's be real, Oakland's culture,
Oh,
in terms
Oakland,
of like
yeah.
what the ownership had built and stuff, was definitely not as good as I would say what the Giants are currently building.
Mhm. Well, Oakland
Yeah.
now is just ugh. It's the fact that they're
Yeah.
still playing in Oakland Stadium next year. Like, I really hope they're not playing in Oakland Stadium next year. It's done. It's
Felt
done.
a shit after it felt a shit after 1996.
Well, it's not even falling to shit. It's just that it's just move on. It's literally the equivalent of parents that are going like an ugly divorce, and the parents are staying just for the kids. Move on. It's time.
Yeah,
to move
stop
on.
being Oakland's problem. Like, just move on.
It's time to
Yeah.
move
Anyways,
on.
going back to
New
the
journeys
going back to
begin.
the Bay Area team just actually staying in the Bay. I think the marriage between Melvin and the Giants might actually work out, because the Giants, the locker room is known for having great chemistry, for being kind of cool, kind of chill, and it's great for making sure that they get together as a team. But at the same time, you need someone who is able to get him to focus. As much as I loved Kepler, he was a bit of an enabler in terms of staying focused on the game. People were playing this Filipino card game called Pasoy Dos. I'm sure with Melvin being he's not exactly a drill sergeant, but I think he's gonna start demanding accountability from the guys, and
Uh,
I think that's a great thing.
I'm afraid there's a meme when you have like coaching changes where like whether the ping pong tables are in or out, like you're gonna see so many Twitter headlines of like Melvin has removed the Melvin has removed the ping pong tables from the locker room. What is going on in San Francisco?
Hey, if that means we win the World Series, I don't care.
And I'm just saying a lot of that, and also in light of the recent win streak, Melvin has reinstated the ping pong tables in the locker room.
Oh, I see.
Good culture in San Francisco.
The difference is it's not a ping pong table, but it's like a Filipino card game. It's called Pusoy Dos, and I kind of forgot how to play it, but yeah, apparently the Giants were addicted to it. It's why they struggled near the end.
Yeah, I'll say right now, I think a thing that I do like about the hire is that Bob has experience in the Bay Area. He's very familiar with the local area and connects very well with it. And I think having that experience will bode very well for him with the Giants.
Big time.
Yes, 100%. One thing that I liked about Kapler, for all his flaws, was that he loved the city. And I think Melvin would be the same thing. He was a former Giant after all. And by the way, do you remember the last Giants manager that was hired from San Diego? You can guess who he is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
It's
a good sign, y'all.
Yeah, that would be a very, very happy if you're a Giants fan. By the way, speaking of the Padres, I might as well talk about what's going on at Wrigley. Yeah, there's been a lot of rumors going on as of late about Juan Soto and stuff, what's going to happen to him this offseason, because as you can imagine, trade rumors are flying with, the season coming to a close and offseason getting very near. And one team that has become a major talking point in terms of who could get Juan Soto has been the Chicago Cubs. Like, they've become a huge contender as of late in terms of if the Juan Soto sweepstakes happen, expect the Cubs to be greatly involved. Which obviously excites me. I make that very clear. I am very interested in getting Juan Soto to the Cubs if we can make it happen.
Sounds awesome.
Also, Craig Counsell is looking to be a manager elsewhere. Places like the Mets or the Guardians.
Well, yeah, Mets isn't surprising considering who they hired as their who they hired to their front office very recently. But yeah, definitely will have a good amount of bidders for who will take him, because I would imagine he is the top name right now in the manager free agency class. But speaking of managers, yes, Dusty Baker has officially retired.
Rest easy, Dusty.
Rest easy, Dusty. There's a
happy
bus
trails
waiting for you in Cooperstown.
I'm gonna make the same joke that Tree made. It's very fitting the way he went out, losing at Game 7.
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad he broke his legacy of failure. I get that he didn't break it in the Giants, but I'm glad he broke it.
Mm-hmm.
That's good that he's won a championship at least. He's been in as long as he did, and he was the way that he steered the ship of the he was somebody that was very well needed for the Giants at the time, and for the Astros at the time. So much as it disgusts me to say that, he's. What did you needed? Somebody that can steer the team away from the controversy that they had. So, the only likable thing doesn't mean I like him yet, but it's. I hope the Astros can be bad, please.
We'll see about that, but yeah, I think that sums up what I wanna I feel like it's been happening in baseball as of late. And before we get into the another sport, which is I feel like we could talk hockey for a bit. I do just want to say because I forgot to bring this up in college football, but yeah, what the fuck is going on at Michigan? How about that? What the fuck is going on there?
There's some sauce to the. I'm hearing that they're stealing signals, and apparently it's like some sort of unwritten rule that they're investigating by.
Well, apparently what happened was there was this staffer by the name of Connor Stallings
Mm-hmm.
who's basically been like the main guy in all of this, and it's like he is obviously like a third party member obviously of the Wolverines team and stuff because he's a staffer. However, it's this holy shit, does the rabbit hole go deep? Because I'm just hearing stuff about how yeah he had like a 500 to 600 thing like page document called the Michigan Manifesto, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck?
There's something very suspicious. Now again, I think this maybe could have been like a third party trying to help Michigan win games, and just Michigan just looked at him and said, "Fuck off, no."
Yeah, apparently he was trying to also like he wanted to overtake the program. Like he was working with other people to want to control the Michigan program and become the new, the main guy of Michigan, which is like, yeah, the Michigan Manifesto makes a lot more sense now considering that context. It's just good lord, this story has taken like the wildest turns
Mm-hmm.
I've seen since like the freaking Bishop Sycamore shit show.
I've never seen anything like this get so crazy like it has been. It's there's no words that I have that can describe it. It has like the fact that there's wings in this story is insane. Now whether or not that they've used it is up for debate right now.
Up for the baby right now.
Up for we can debate this into the ground whether or not they've used it. I mean I find it more hard than others. I just find it hard to believe that Michigan would use signals, and even then it's not like they really have to. They've dominated.
I believe it.
Hold on. They've dominated the Big Ten for a very long period of time, and if they really were caught cheating, I really felt like they would have been called out long, long ago. I just think they found somebody that was working as a third party, that caught onto all their signals that was going to give it to the Michigan Wolverines, and they looked at him and told him to piss off.
I am not surprised at all. Jim Harbaugh comes off as a anything to win asshole, and this doesn't surprise me one bit.
I mean, that's
Well,
just
I'll say this: what I find interesting is also like, I mean, this Connor Stallings guy feels like an absolute psycho. Let's not lie. This dude is a psychopath. I am not gonna deny saying that. Like, apparently the dude also stole stuff from the fucking Navy, from what I heard. Like, I've heard shit like that as well, because he used to be an assistant at like the Navy football and all that. And it's like, and apparently, like, is that like the story goes is that yeah, apparently Michigan helped, or this guy helped South Carolina beat Tennessee last year because he didn't want to see Tennessee in the college football playoff.
So this guy is just like the Germa of college football, right?
yeah.
Like this dude is like there is so much to this rabbit hole with this dude that it's like I don't even know what the fuck to even expect to happen next with this, because it's like it's such a rabbit hole. Like, it truly is.
But yeah, that's my
insane.
stance. Harps is a jerk off.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I hate Jim Harbaugh. Hello, Niners coach, peak Seahawk rivalry. I did not like him, but I'm fine with him being somewhat successful in the Big Ten, where all you just needs a quarterback and a decent coach of quality of like who the hell is that guy? So bad.
Look,
All you need is a quarterback, a defense, and beat Ohio State, and you'll win.
I have a
it.
different opinion of the Wolverines because I have to deal with a lot more of their fans who just like fucking beat themselves off because oh my god, we're the classiest bunch of the Big Ten. Oh
No,
my
you're
god.
not. No, any school that claims that they're the classiest bunch of the Big Ten, no, you're not. You are not the classiest bunch. I've seen classier people I've seen homeless people with more fucking class than like that goes for Michigan Wolverine fans and Penn State and Ohio. There is Alabama, Georgia, Texas A&M. You can group them all into the same category. And keep in mind, it's even funnier when your school loses.
Yeah, I feel like the big reason there will be people who root for Michigan is it's not because of Michigan, but they want to see Ohio State fans cry. Which, to be fair, is not a bad reason. I'll admit I've done that in the past, where it's like it's funny seeing a fan base cry, especially one as salty as Ohio State.
What
but,
you gonna do?
Oh, Wolverine fans get salty as hell when they lose to the Spartans. Like, I'm not normally a Spartans fan, but during that rivalry week, I can't lie. I kind of go green, go white. That trouble with the stat game in 2015, that was pretty fucking awesome.
Well, that was fucking hilarious. It's like, holy shit! Like, how the fuck does that happen?
It gave us the ultimate surrender, Cobra.
Yeah, and it gave us an excellent call from Sean. It gave us an excellent call from Sean McDonough too. The all-time great college football moments.
Oh yeah, as someone that I'm associated with, everybody knows it's me. I'm still kind of analytically learning about college football, the ins and outs. Like, my knowledge base is a lot better than what it was like last year. And hearing with this, this is kind of the key thing that kind of just has my attention. TCU switched up their signals before the game, and they were giving the guy dummy signals.
Yeah, I heard about that as well.
So my eyebrows.
I will also say, I think it also worked with TCU because they had like a month to prepare as well, and that worked out greatly for them because they used that time well. And I'm also saying they used that time well as a compliment because I've been seeing baseball fans use. Oh yeah, teams having extra time is a bad thing when they have to face a top team. It's like, shut the fuck up. You used that time well. You did your job well, and TCU did their job well. And I also think it's part of that time is also part of the reason why they got destroyed so badly by Georgia, because they only had 1 week to prepare against a very pissed off Georgia team.
Fucking baseball fans learning about the bye week for the first time.
Baseball is probably like, the fan bases are just such the worst.
They're boomers. Let's just call them like we see them. They're just a bunch of fucking entitled boomers.
I think it also doesn't help that baseball fans have so many games to watch that it's like there will be baseball fans where anything bad that happens during a 162 game stretch means the end of the world.
You gotta take it. You gotta take it in 10-game increments. You really gotta do it that way.
They really should, like. I know this is an unpopular opinion, but like, the MLB season is just like way too long. You gotta like think about shortening the schedule. Like,
owners would never. It's never gonna get shortened.
But the only reason they don't do it is because, number one, money, and number two, one of the big intrigues with baseball is also people want to see, those numbers, especially stuff like home run numbers always get high. They want to see that, and let's be real, if you're short in the season, unless you make every baseball game with those baseballs that are very easy to hit out of the park.
The Corona balls.
Yes, the juiced up baseballs, the steroid balls.
But you know what I say to that? Fucking nobody cares, nerd. Go play with your calculators.
I mean, I say that. I mean, baseball is.
Nerd.
It's. I think from an outsider, it's so easy to say, "Oh, they need to shorten season. Season's way too long." Like, there's this like I've taught. Like I got it. Like somebody, like one of my good friends is, a very. It says there's a certain specific art form to 162 games. And, even in that stretch, sure, it doesn't feel like every game matters. But when you look at the heart of it, every game does indeed matter. Because we're seeing playoff teams. It's not like the playoffs are being, like, we know, like, the 1st of September, who's going to make the playoffs and who's not going to make the playoffs. It doesn't work like that. It comes down to... who plays the best overall season. It's more than one really good stretch. Baseball's a very great art form that it needs to. Sometimes you just gotta take a step back to truly appreciate it all.
Right. I think my issue with baseball is that it has so many like, it's just filled to the brims with like annoying stats nerds and weird boomers who care too much about unwritten rules.
Unwritten rules piss me off, but statistically, you got to look at deep, full analytics. It's a big part of baseball. It's all they use because it's proven to be effective. You can't use the eye test anymore. That doesn't work. You can't go with your gut instincts. You have to go.
I mean, of course you can't do the eye test on baseball because it's such a boring sport. Womp womp.
But even that too, there's so many layers to baseball. Like you've got let's be honest, the minor league system, it's bloated. There's 5 levels. 5 levels in minor league baseball. You don't need 5 levels, but there's still the 5 layers of your team, your depth. What late round picks have become great prospects? What are some players that have struggled in this system where if you put him in this system, you can turn him into being a successful player and then trading him for prospect, aka Paul Sewell.
Did you just rip ass?
No.
Oh, it's your
I'm
chair.
moving my chair.
Yeah, it's the fucking chair.
It's my chair.
I just hear this noise and I'm like, what the fuck?
No, my
Did
chair's
he
an old.
just-
It's a pretty old chair. I've had this chair for like 5 years. I should get one soon, but I hate to say this, but I am quite
Broke? Give you money? Give me money, please.
Give me money. I need money because I was trying to find it.
Excellent timing on our parts right there.
Yeah.
Poor.
I bet you touch grass, you peasant.
I touch grass. But yeah.
Baseball. Yeah, baseball continues to be a very interesting sport. Speaking of very interesting sports, hockey is in full swing right now.
And the Wild are back to being the Mild, unfortunately.
The Sharks. I know this year it's full, and it's time to be the worst team and get the best forward prospect. Just enjoy the tank.
There's one thing I do have to say about the Sharks, though. They need to play the young guys more. If we're gonna be bad, then just give like guys like Eklund and Bordelot more NHL experience.
I'd rather you you're gonna give them more time when it's like near the end of the season.
No. I think what they need to do is they need to take like washed up NFL stars and just be like, all right, fuck it. Our bottom winger tonight is Blake Bortles.
Blake Bortles.
Wait, no. I have a better idea. Wash up NFL stars, right? Josh Johnson.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Josh Johnson.
I can dig that.
Oh, Brian Hoyer, is he doing anything?
Wait, no, I have a better idea. Frank Gore. He spent
Yes,
a long time in
Frank
NFL. Might as well try another sport.
Here's the thing. With the Sharks, it's just enjoy being bad. even though they said, "Oh, we picked the wrong year to tank." You still have like the 5th best odds of landing Bedard. What the fuck are you? What are they smoking? Seriously. You still had the 5th best. The Sharks had the 5th best odds of landing Bedard.
I wonder if Josh McCown would like to join another team.
No, wait, no. What about the recently retired Andre Iguodala?
I want Iguodala.
Andre Iguodala, jeez. But if it's what it's worth, it's.
Oh, hang on. McCown is actually quarterbacks coach for the Carolina Panthers. I forgot that.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, hold up. You want former quarterbacks? Blaine Gabbert. He used to play today.
Guys, cockroach, he doesn't die.
Antonio Brown?
No.
No, he already ruined one sport.
No, I would rather bring back Rafi Torres than put that cockroach on my team. I'd rather bring back Rafi Torres.
Dude, what are you? No.
Fucking Ant Roach Neil Brown.
Don't bring
Seriously,
back Roach
I'd rather-
Brown. No.
I'd rather bring back Rafi Torres or sign Matt Cook. Like if you're gonna sign if you're gonna sign
I would love
AB,
to bring back Roachio Brown just to see him get fucking nailed into the wall every game.
Somebody's gonna bring up child support or you don't pay your bills, and then he's gonna get ejected. He's gonna get a 15-minute major for fighting because somebody brought up that he doesn't pay for shit.
Still can't believe that man posted an actual Twitter thing of him not giving child support, dude.
honestly, dude, he should just go to jail. Honestly, just send him to the slammer. Like the sporting world is already good enough without him. Just let him become irrelevant, please.
He kind of is irrelevant. I know the Roach never dies, but he isn't paying child support is just being arrested on not paying child support is just something that I kind of know it's kind of what he does.
Oh, you rascal!
It's you silly Billy. I kind of already expect you not to pay child support.
Oh yeah, and also in that kind of stuff, Chris Olave trying to get out of a speeding ticket by saying he plays for the Saints.
Seriously, it's like saying it's like a hockey player getting arrested and saying, "Oh, I play for the Coyotes."
Motherfucker. It's like, you know who I am? He's trying to talk do you know who the hell I am?
Why do players do that?
Dude, if Daniel Jones said that, you know how quickly they throw the fucking book at him?
Oh yeah.
I mean, Daniel Jones would never do something like that because.
Wait, no, I have a better idea.
Boy.
Evan Neal. What if Evan Neal did that?
Oh god.
Oh fuck. Evan Neal tries that. You know how shitty it's got to be Evan Neal and try to go to any restaurant. You already know they're doing that fucking South Park joke where it's boogers and cum.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Speaking of NHL, unfortunately for the Golden Knights, they did suffer a loss in overtime to the Chicago Blackhawks on Nevada Day. I mean, I'll give credit to the Blackhawks. They played a very strong game, especially defensively. They were excellent against the Golden Knights. However, the point streak has remained alive, including tonight, where the Golden Knights bounced back and beat the LA Kings in overtime.
That's good.
Or in a shootout, by the way. We trailed 2-0 in the middle, around the middle of the second period, but Mario, Carrier, Stone got goals. Doughty scored a goal around a minute left with an empty net situation. to tie it, but Vegas, as I noted, won in the shootout because Logan Thompson ended up locking things down, which is what you love to see if you're a Golden Knights fan. It's exactly what we love to see.
Indeed.
Things you love to see. That.
Yeah.
It is. It's easier.
So,
Canucks.
but yeah, speaking of...
Woo! Canucks are good. Canucks are off to a great start this year. Ooh, I thought I'd never say that in a million years. Holy smokes.
I gotta say though, you guys got lucky because the Pacific Division this year is fucking horrible.
Well, I mean, dude, the Pacific Division is always horrible.
Well, yeah, do we need to talk about the Oilers right now? Do we need to talk about how bad they've started this season?
They lost to the Wild. That's how bad they are.
You know, here's the thing. Here's what I'm gonna say. I know the Sharks are bad, but at least we're bad on purpose. The Oilers, you have McDavid, you have Draisaitl. You supposedly had better goaltending, but you guys suck.
They have an
You guys have expectations and you still suck.
They have an overpriced thing of Campbell's soup. Straight up overpriced Campbell's soup. That's what they have.
You know what's ironic about the Oilers? We suck more than them and we have a better goalie.
Ooh.
Yeah, seriously, we have fucking Mackenzie back when he's actually saving our asses all this time, whereas Stuart Skinner can stop a fucking cold if he wanted.
Yeah, I know it's only 4 games, but the fact that Stuart Skinner has a save percentage of .846 is a yikes.
Oh my god, he's worse than Kaapo Kakkonen. He's worse than Kakkonen. Oh my god.
That should
it's too early to say. It's too early to say, but I get the feeling that Vegas may have broken Stuart Skinner.
Guy's
surprised.
Guy's got no confidence. None.
He has no.
I don't blame him considering what Oilers' defense and their reputation is. I don't blame him for not having any confidence out there.
This column knows where Ohio is.
Mm-hmm. It's just not good.
Wait, I have an idea.
Speaking of teams, actually, say your idea.
Hey Oilers, you want a goaltender who can beat Vegas? Sign Martin Jones. That's it.
We'll take a solid 3rd round pick if you want Martin Jones. Maple Leafs.
I mean, seriously, Martin Jones beat Vegas in 2019. Don't y'all want that, Oilers?
I mean, I can't believe I'm so glad the Leafs moved off of Jack Campbell. He had a few good months. That's it.
I'm just gonna say this. This is what you get when Ken Holland is your general manager. You know, this is
It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
I want to say, speaking of NHL teams off to a sluggish start, Pittsburgh Penguins are definitely off to a bit of a mixed bag of a start. Let's just say that.
As a Sharks fan, I'm gonna say this. Haha, you got Carlson, and he's old.
Yeah, they got blown out at home tonight by Ottawa 5-2. I remember I saw a stat that it was Penguins had given up 9 shots and Jari had allowed 3 goals on 9 shots early in the game.
Oh my fuck. How is Jari worse? How is Jari worse than Kakkonen? Let me just ask this seriously. How is Jari worse than Kaapo fucking Kakkonen at this point?
I don't know, man.
I just wonder, Jari's just, I don't know, it just makes me wonder why the hell.
Sorry.
It's okay, it's just why the hell was he given that contract extension of that length?
That's all I gotta say to that. I'm not.
Yeah. It would be hilarious though if the Penguins, after getting Erik Karlsson, end up missing the playoffs for a second straight season.
Right, Pierre-Luc Dubois got traded to the Kings this offseason, right?
Remember when we
Yeah.
were saying that Kyle Dubas was a hockey genius for getting all those bad contracts off of the Pittsburgh Penguins payroll? Ugh.
I mean, he didn't do anything. I'm gonna be
Well, I mean,
honest.
we have to wait and. I'm still gonna wait and see what happens, but I will say, and I said this in the off season, I was definitely not a fan of giving Tristan Jarry a 5-year deal. That one was a surprise to me.
That right.
I was not a fan of the trading for Erik Karlsson because
I'm not a fan of that
a
one.
big issue with the Penguins last year was how old they were, and they decided, I'm gonna get older.
Hey, what was that, Sonny?
Take it from me, Pens fans.
Yeah.
Take it from me, Pens fans. Trading for Carlson may backfire.
It will backfire.
Just saying this. He may have peaked last season. Honestly, that might be his last good season.
The Sharks
Who knows if he's
made off like bandits. They sent off a bad contract for somebody who's likely way overachieved last season. I mean, the return wasn't great, but still great fleecing. That's a bad contract on their books now.
And the Pens just can't resist an old guy. They're like, oh, that's hot stuff.
I mean, I'll say with Pittsburgh, in terms of like early in the season, like really of the moves that they made this off season, like, I mean, the only one who's really like I can say right now is definitely looking like, okay, yeah, he's showing he's making it work well with Pittsburgh so far. Has been Riley Smith. Like, it's actually looking like a good. It's getting Riley Smith as I expected was gonna be a good move for the Pens. It's just their other moves have not been the greatest in terms of how it's starting to look out.
Bad.
So yeah, I revisited the trade, I looked at the pick, and as it turns out, I think, the Pens may not be bad enough to be in the bottom 10 of the NHL, but they'll be pretty meh to mid.
I don't even know what the prospect pool looks like, and that says something.
It's because they decided to raid the retirement home, I'm pretty sure they're like, they saw Jumbo Joe's retirement thing, and they're like, oh, damn it, that was my next signing.
No, if they really want to do that, they should go out and sign Jaromir Jagr.
Hey, Pens, Mark-Edward Vlasic is available.
Hey, Penguins, go get Jaromir Jagr. Make me laugh, please.
Wait, no. Bring back Phil Kessel.
Oh, yeah, he's a free agent. That's right, he's a free agent. Maybe Toronto should get him. Probably not. Probably Toronto calls me. He's like,
wait.
Click.
I have a better idea. Bring back Mario Lemieux. Penguins, bring back Mario Lemieux.
Sure.
Is Wayne Gretzky available?
I feel like they're gonna go to the retirement home and half the players that they bring in. You know that one South Park thing where they were making fun of like head trauma, like where one of the players is thinking like they're baking a pie. They're gonna be doing that on the ice. And he's hearing somebody. Oh, and it appears to me he's baking a pie.
Well, hey there, gentlemen. You appear to have some grays on your hair. How would you like to play for Pittsburgh?
Yeah, we wouldn't fit Sorry, I don't think Spencer and I would fit for Pittsburgh. We're too old. We're too young for 27.
Yeah.
Hey, Pittsburgh, Bobby Orr is available.
They dried up like the fucking zombified corpse of Bobby Orr baking a pie in the middle of a power play.
No. What they do is they get like fucking they find the grave of Gordie Howe and
Oh my god.
Wait, no.
Dog.
Frankenstein shit to bring him back, and they're like, "Oh, he's perfectly old."
I got a better idea. Bring back Maurice Richard.
Here's my thing. Bring back that bring back that old chick from the Bones comic book series. That's what they need. Have you all read the Bones comic series?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, you know what the main villain of it, that
Yeah.
you should bring that person.
Wait, I have a really good idea. They should sign that 50-year-old soccer player from Japan, Kazumi Miura.
You know what, Joe? I'm pretty sure Joe Biden would play hockey.
Joe Biden.
I'm sure he's old enough.
Wait, no, Jimmy Carter. Bring Jimmy Carter to that Penguins.
God, what are we doing? Let's bring back Jimmy Carter. Let's zombify up Sir John A. McDonald while we're at it.
Wait, I have. Wait, bring back Leonardo da Vinci as Penguin center.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's all. I think it's all.
Yeah, I think that talking about old people is a good way to wrap up this.
I think
it'd be a good way to wrap it
so
up.
we got
Old people and zombies.
watch along
Yeah, fitting for
on
this show.
watch along on Monday.
I will not be there because I have important things to do, like sleep.
Yeah, you need your sleep. We're doing a watch along on Monday. We're gonna be doing Lions and the Raiders. I will be available for that. Plus, I'm off all day Sunday. So if you could just message me to get your play, just message me. Call spam me. I'm gonna be building rosters all day, so just do a little spammy, and then we'll build your teams and characters and get that out of the way. And
Alright.
I am like grinding this thing. I think I did like 8 teams today.
Yeah, I just yeah, I'm probably gonna be banging out lunges tomorrow.
So you got until Tuesday to message me, because then I'm gonna be busy again. But yeah, I'm hopefully the goal is to get all the NHL done by Tuesday. So that way it's just custom teams, and then it's just everybody's all cut from the NHL teams and AHL teams. So it's just one, and then Europe, whatever's in Europe, or the the CHL.
And you know what? I just realized us talking about old people on the Penguins, that's full circle because it's like zombies. Ooh.
Hey, you should see what I shared in the Twitter group chat. I replied to like
it's 2.0. I am working my ass off on it. I'm gonna get with the Kings and then another team done today, and then I'll give like an official count. I think I might have done 10 or 9 today. I don't know what the number is, but yeah, I'll be getting this done so you guys can use this for your franchise modes too. And it should be quite chaotic. I hope so. I want to see Spencer use it. I really hope Spencer has a fun time with it.
Okay.
I hope he has fun, because you're the Milwaukee Dragons. We're like, Dragon D's nuts. Oh, anyways, I'll see you guys next time. We'll see you for
Later.
watch along. Ooh.
Later, skaters.
Later, gamers.
Ooh.